song is to be believed. That guy's spreading his genes all around town. There's like 20 women in that song.
It's an old song. He's probably wearing Jenkos. They're huge. So we got a lot of gene to spread.
Well, see, I was talking about his semen.
And I was really trying hard not to talk about his semen.
What's that guy's name?
I don't know. Mambo number 5 guy.
Okay, good, perfect.
That's
all he's ever done in his life, so it makes sense.
If it's not Cisco, I don't know, man.
It's definitely not Cisco.
Well, good.
All Cisco sings about is women's panties.
That's right, he does.
Dark.
You know what? He doesn't own much of that song.
I believe it.
What's the song that he like goes? I think it's the one by Ricky. What's his face? Ricky Martin. What's that song that he does? The popular one.
I know what you're talking about. I can't remember the name of it though. Because
he included like that little bit from that song.
Oh, it's one of those.
Ricky Martin's like, I guess that's my song now. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much for writing the song for me. I guess I'll make money off of it.
Fucking Vanilla Ice all over again.
Have fun. Have fun with that.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for making this song, this very popular song.
You ever see that fucking Vanilla Ice interview where he tries to justify the fact that he ripped off Queen?
No.
The Under Pressure beat? And he's like, no, mine's different. Theirs goes like this and mine goes like this. And there's like a difference of one note. Otherwise, it's the exact same.
You know...
And it's like, do you believe what you're saying yourself?
I feel like 80% of music these days is just songs from the 80s, but with rap lyrics over them anyway, so who cares?
I'm sure that's true.
I mean, nobody's saying boo about snickerdoodles here.
Snickerdoodles.
I'm trying to keep this a very PG show.
Oh, okay.
We started off with cum.
Yeah.
And, I mean, that's just a bad start.
We want to get the child friendliness out of the way early. So if you're a parent, just skip to 2 minutes in.
Well, I think we should keep the child friendliness throughout the whole thing because this is child's play.
Mm.
By the way, happy Halloween.
Boo!
Almost forgot that this was like a special Halloween episode, and
I totally forgot.
And not us just doing our thing regularly. Yeah. So
because the only difference is the date.
You could picture us in costume if you want.
Yeah,
or not.
I'm dressed like my journeyman because there's literally no difference.
I'm wearing track pants.
Yeah.
So do with that what you will.
Comfy coazers.
Absolutely. I saw today. It was like God gives his most coziest struggles to his most toastiest cinnamon buns. So that's what I'm going on today.
I hate it.
Yeah, no?
I hate it, as it turns out.
Well, I'm sorry, but I'm God's toastiest cinnamon bun.
You're the one, eh?
Yeah.
You like that glaze?
Mm.
You get that glaze all over your top?
No, I'm actually a glazeless one.
You are.
I'm like one of those artisanal ones.
You're just a shitty dry bun.
You can put the glaze on later if you want.
In a cafe showroom.
Well, I'm full of different things. I got like chocolate chips in me.
Mm.
I don't know what else goes in cinnamon buns.
Well, cinnamon probably. If I were to guess.
Frosting?
Yeah, well, you said no glaze though, so there can't be.
There can. Glaze and frosting are two different things.
The only difference is the consistency.
You're goddamn right.
The viscosity.
And I will battle that fight to the death.
Yeah.
Happy Halloween. I hope you guys got lots of candy, or if you're listening to this early in the day, you're going to get lots of candy. And if you're a parent, don't let your kids eat the candy. You should probably check every candy first.
Yeah, apparently they're putting fentanyl in everything now. That's the latest rumor. That's a lie.
Hey man, you know how you want to take that thing that's expensive and cost you money
and give it away to kids for free.
Yeah, so that they'll die.
Yeah.
And then you go, okay, well, hey, where did you get this candy from? This street. All right. Well, let's go door to door and see who looks like they might have some fentanyl. Hi, do you have fentanyl? No.
I think we have our man.
Boom.
Yeah.
So yeah, just use that as an excuse to eat all the candy.
And if you're an adult, you could just have candy whenever the fuck you want. I don't know if you knew this.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
maybe have a couple more pieces because it's Halloween.
So here's the thing. Like, I wish that they would sell those boxes of candy all year round.
Yeah.
All year round. Like, why is it only September, October?
Mini chip bags.
Mm-hmm.
It would save me from eating a full bag of chips in one sitting like I do every time.
Sure damn would. I'd have a whole lot less of like half-ass stale bags of chips laying around.
Yeah. When they're just like left out in the humidity and they get soft.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a chip anymore. It's just shit. All right. It's just shitty.
Well, if it's not carried off by an ant, then yeah, it's fucking garbage.
Ugh.
Yeah, I just portion control. Who needs it? Just like,
Well, me.
yeah, for me too, for sure. I want to pay $7 for pre-portioned candy.
Yes.
Because all I
lot of
need
it.
is just 11 or 12 of those little bags, and then I'm good.
It's just fine.
Yeah. So what movie did we do this? Fine Halloween.
Well, first of all, you can. This is Grindhouse Movie Club, and you can go to websites. and
Oh
buy
yeah,
things
I
on
forgot. This is a special episode. We still got to plug the websites.
Yeah, websites.
Websites, which are grindhousemovie.club.
Yeah,
We keep it simple.
and thanks, Andrew.
Oh yeah, Andrew. Hey, I don't think we thanked him last time.
Neither do I.
Hey Andrew, double thank you.
But we recorded these back to back, so the one thank you counts.
That's right.
As long as you thank him once a weekend, it's all good.
And we give thanks to Andrew
Yeah.
for making the music.
It might be Halloween, but when it's Andrew, it's Christmas.
You're in God's Andrew house now. Andrew's God house of making us a jingle.
Oh man.
All right, well, yeah, you can check his link out in the description. You can probably get to our links in the description as well.
What the fuck is that dumb handle shit on YouTube that I just saw?
I don't know.
Okay.
It's weird because, like,
They sent me 2 emails about it. Hey man, we have ats. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't care.
Yeah, no. You know what's really fun? All that does is add the @ symbol into your URL. That's
Great. I
So-
appreciate the announcement about that instead of just doing it and saying nothing.
yeah. You should check to make sure that you get under detention though, and not some other stinker. So
Noted. I will.
yeah, not that it matters. Who cares?
Yeah.
But-
who's going to my fucking channel these days? I put up that fucking compilation of podcast highlights and it's got like 80 views.
It's got more than mine does. So it's pretty neat.
Great.
It's cool how YouTube can just do that, you know?
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of the way that YouTube handles people who try to use the website.
Yeah. So go to our website.
Yeah, because it's better. You'll get fucking pampered on that website.
Oh,
Get your ass in a comfy shirt.
oh boy, put that shirt on, get some coffee, get
Probably mostly cotton.
some pins. And then also
You could put the pins right on the shirt if you wanted.
you could double up. You could spill some coffee on that shirt and triple up.
There you go. Walking billboard ad for everything we're about at this point.
Boom. And you could just do that all by going to darkroastcult.com.
Sure can.
And that's the plug. That's the
When I was here last, you told me that you were congested. I woke up this morning the same.
nice. That's not me.
I want you to know that.
I'm not congested anymore. So
Oh, thank the Lord.
yeah, no, that's not me. I didn't do that.
Got a dark cloud in my sinus.
This guy, you can't just blame that on me.
I'm gonna though. It's all white. White people do every bad thing. All right.
Okay, well that's true, but I didn't give you this cold. Unless I could have literally just given it to you because I don't have it anymore.
Oh, so you just passed it along?
Yeah,
like the telephone game.
Treat it well.
Yeah.
Give it to the next person, and then when they die, it's gonna come back for you.
Oh, it's like paying it forward.
It's like it follows. If you end up stabbing a young boy, that's your own thing.
I don't want to get. I don't want my mom in a nightgown to suck me dry in the hallway, because that happens in that movie. Is my point.
Wait, it follows or pay it forward?
Oh, it follows.
Okay, because
I don't know shit about pay it forward.
Oh, pay it forward is about a little boy who gets stabbed.
Oh,
And it's this whole thing is like, yo, I'm gonna do one good thing for you. You do one good thing for 3 people. You know, pay it forward. That person's got to do. He tries to start this whole thing, and then at the end of the movie, he gets stabbed.
oh, good.
And I'm pretty sure it's Haley Joel Osment.
So the moral of that whole story is don't do nice things for people at any point.
You're gonna get stabbed.
Yeah, you'll get stabbed if
You're
you try to be
gonna
a good
get
person.
stabbed.
Yeah, good. Speaking of getting stabbed,
Hey,
we did Child's Play
we did. And
for this Halloween episode.
if your children are in the room, usher them out now because this is
Keep
not
them in.
this is not the Child's Play that you may be thinking of.
I don't know if there's too many good versions of Child's Play. There's certainly a lot of bad.
I'm just thinking about children playing.
Okay.
It's just like in a park.
I think anybody who would describe that as Child's Play is doing a different kind of playing in the park with children.
Watch your kids.
Watch your kids in the park.
Don't take your kids to the park.
Dude, every park in this city is just it's a fucking sea of heroin.
It's unfortunate. It is unfortunate.
First of all, this movie is a comedy, and I will not hear anything otherwise.
What's weird is that this movie was like banned in the UK for being so scary.
They tried to ban it in the US as well, and that didn't go over well.
Yeah, apparently this movie inspired children to get violent.
You know what else happened? Interestingly, the Chucky doll is modeled after a real life-size doll from the time period called a buddy.
I think I did read that.
So there's this whole line of buddies, and then when this movie came out, they essentially tanked the company because nobody could get a buddy doll without thinking about the fucking Chucky stabbing you in the night.
That's fine. You don't need an almost life-sized doll
that
you don't
blinks
need that.
And speaks to you when you speak to it. That's how you give your child a nightmare.
The second they designed that thing with red hair, they cursed us all.
That's true. Why would you make him ginger?
Yeah, like Children of the Corn already they're not doing them any favors.
No, none.
So now you've made this murderous ginger doll. Come on. You're putting a hat on a hat at this point. Do you have 2 sentences or less to spoil this? By the way, this is the one from 1988. I want to make that clear.
Yeah, this isn't any of the garbage that happened after the first 3.
Don't you dare go to Netflix and type in Child's Play. You're not going to like what you find.
You're going to get every piece of shit that tried to capitalize on like 2 good movies. I'm not even going to call the third one a good movie because that's Seed of Chucky, and it's got a British boy who's got a British accent that Chucky and the fucking Jennifer Tilly doll bang out. And let me tell you, there's no reason for that kid to have a British accent. I'm bitching about a completely different movie than this one.
Hold up. Did a living boy come out of a doll?
It's a doll with a soul in it that came out of another doll with a soul in it. That was fucked into that doll by a doll with a soul in it.
And it's a doll, like a small. Why does that doll have a vagina?
It's a hermaphrodite doll. I forgot about that. Okay, now I'm foggy on the details here. First of all, yes,
please.
These dolls. So this is something you actually learn in this movie. The longer your soul is in the doll, the more human it becomes.
Yes.
So that means at some point, Chucky grows a peen, and Jennifer Tilly's doll, whatever their fucking dumb cigarette smoking voice name is in the movie,
the bride of Chucky,
grows a puss. And then I think the one that that she gives birth to is either a hermaphrodite or it's got nothing, like a Ken doll down there. I don't remember which.
I assume it's got nothing like a Ken doll down there, and I
think it's trans though. I think part of the movie is it wants to be a girl.
Right.
Well, you have to will that into being.
Well, I mean,
which one do you want? I'll grow it slowly, like a cherry tree.
Sort of, I guess so. Like maybe they're just like, oh, you know what? I feel like maybe I have a vagina, and then it's like, because like when you said that the doll grows a vagina, it doesn't grow. It forms one, Jay. It forms one.
It molds it.
Yes,
like pottery class.
Kinda. There's no pottery wheel, but there is a lot of like getting your fingernails dirty.
Yeah. That's disgusting. I hope you know that.
Do you have 2 sentences or less you need to spoil this movie in?
Listen to your kids when you think they're lying.
When you buy toys for your child from a vagrant, you're inevitably putting them in danger.
That's you nailed it. The mom in this movie is the best mom on earth.
Oh, boy, we've got some real winners. Like this, I mean, this is the 80s. Times were different, apparently.
They must be. Because you can just get away with doing heroin well into the night, and your kid's nice enough to make you breakfast in bed. And when I say make, what I mean is mangle.
Well, yeah, he really, he slops that whole thing together. It's barely a breakfast.
It's the grossest breakfast I think I've ever seen.
We're getting way ahead of ourselves.
Yeah, we are.
Because I got a lot to say about that breakfast.
Okay. What do you have to say about the scene that occurs before it?
So this movie opens with, okay, look, it's confusing. You don't know the backstory. All you know is that there's a cop chasing a guy.
I'll tell you why it's confusing. Also, he throws down a dress.
Yes, he does. Yeah, he does.
This movie was supposed to be 3 hours long, and they just cut everything. So there's a bunch of times in the movie where shit happens and you get no explanation for it.
That's fine. At least this is all right because it's the intro to the movie. You're just getting jammed in here where
just gunfight in the streets of New York.
This cop is chasing a guy and you're like, well, what's this guy's crime? Like what's he done? Like it seems like his only crime right now is waving a gun over his head while he's running.
Which, I mean, is kind of a crime.
It is.
I don't know if it's a crime worth getting shot at for.
But then he's like, hey, I got the Strangler over here. I'm chasing the Strangler.
First of all, too vague. Too vague for 1980s New York when there were like 14 stranglers.
Yeah, that's
Every
fair.
3 blocks
That's
there
fair.
was a strangler.
If he's a strangler, why does he have a gun?
Yeah, it seems like not his weapon of choice.
Hey, if he's a strangler, what does he need a getaway driver for? This guy seems like he's really bad at strangling.
He's got so many contingencies just in case the strangling doesn't work.
And if the strangling doesn't work, just keep strangling.
Yeah, eventually it works. That's how that happens.
Yeah, there's not a time limit. You don't get like 4 minutes, and then if they're still alive, you have to let them go. You just keep going.
Yeah. They're already there against their will.
Yeah.
It's not like you're going to upset them more.
Oh my god. Like strangling is a very personal, it's almost like a sexual act. You really
is.
don't want to like, hey buddy, pick me up after I choke this lady.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I'm going to be wet from the waist down.
Like, he must be doing this in front of people, just like stop people in the street. He's like, I gotcha! Ray! Pick me up!
That's how that works, yeah. I'm mad about this intro scene because it's fucking, so the guy's name is Charles Lee Ray. He's a fucking strangler.
Now, why do they call him Charles Lee Ray? Where would they pull such a name from?
I'll tell you, they named him after 2 serial killers and the guy that shot Kennedy. And I'll tell you, I'm pissed about that because there is at least one actual serial killer that you could have gotten Lee from, and not Lee Harvey Oswald. And that's Henry Lee Lucas. He's very popular, actually. I can't remember the friggin' actor's name, but there's a movie about him called Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer. And that came out before this shit. So you could have just gone Henry Lee anyway. That he's got Charles Manson in there, and then I don't remember the Ray one.
That is a one that I also don't remember, but
3 serial killers.
3
murderers.
What is his name? Because it's one that you should know.
Yeah, I don't though.
It's either way, hey. We just mashed all the names together for this one.
That's a good there's a couple funny references in this movie, actually. The Karen, the mom, lives in the same building they shot Running Scared in, which is one of my favorite movies ever.
Okay, all right. I know there's definitely one to The Shining in there. There has to be.
Yes.
Because
the knife in the door.
Yeah, and
she's screaming right by the door.
Yeah.
That's gotta be.
Oh, yeah, that's all I could think about during that scene.
So as Charles Lee Ray is escaping this police officer that's trying to apprehend him to death, he's already limping, and he's limping on the wrong leg. And then he gets shot in the leg. And there's no bullet hole in his trench coat until he gets up. So already I'm mad because continuity.
Hey, man.
Movies.
Maybe he's just got 2 bad knees.
And then
Maybe he's got a bad knee and then he gets shot in the other knee.
Well, then how is he outrunning a police officer who seems to be an upstanding citizen? That's a pun.
How does the cop not just kill him right away?
Yeah.
You put another bullet in him.
Yeah, dude, he was on the ground for a while.
Yeah.
And then his getaway driver just peels out. So he's fucked.
So the getaway driver, he's got a name too, and I don't remember what it is.
It's Eddie.
It's Eddie. It is Eddie. Yeah, that's right.
Because he dies later.
So Eddie peels out.
In an annoying way.
Takes off because he didn't want to wait 2 seconds for this guy to catch up.
Yeah.
And then,
Not the greatest, when you're a getaway driver, probably one of the most important things to have is patience.
Well, right in the name is getaway. So if you leave without him, he's not doing that.
You're just a driver now.
Yeah, you're literally just driving away. There's no getting. So the Strangler takes refuge in a toy shop doorway.
Of all fucking places.
Of all fucking places, with the glassiest windows that bullets can just go right through.
They could go right through, and also you can just see right through them.
Yeah. But
oh, gee, I wonder where he's hiding.
I can see his torso, but I don't see his legs, so I'm unsure at this point.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he's in this thing, and they're shooting bullets at each other. I don't know if you used your ears at all, because maybe a lot of people don't. Whoever made this movie didn't use their fucking ears, because they added some Star Wars, like, dollar store laser gun sounds.
Yeah. I think that was supposed to be it ricocheting off the brick, but there's no ricochet mark anyway.
It sounds like those plastic guns, and you, like, pull it, and it goes, pew!
It's true.
And it's not the only time a gun sounds like that in this movie.
Fuck.
So yeah, then we get this fucking criminal, this hard ass strangler, and he's like, all right, I gotta get away. How does How does he get away?
Well, he gets shot again in the old chesticle there, and I don't know what the logic was, but he has voodoo magic.
Oh, before this.
Oh, there's more.
Well, but when he gets into the store, right?
Mm-hmm.
He has to unlock that door.
He doesn't really unlock the door so much as he just enters it.
He shoots the lock.
Yeah.
He shoots the lock, Jay.
Yep.
The lock that is in between two large panes of glass. And then he opens the door and strolls in.
He just makes his way right in there.
He doesn't...
You're already making enough noise. Just use the... Fucking go through the window.
Right.
All right.
Waste of bullet.
Yeah.
But also, like, what's the point? You're blowing a hole in the door anyway.
Yeah, I'm gonna know where you went.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Don't even bother hiding.
And like it's in between. So if he had missed, it would have been good. But
yeah, it would have been just fine.
Oh, good lord. But so yeah. So he gets into the store.
Now he's realizes that he's fucked. Now this is another thing. Like, who the fuck says, "Oh God, I'm dying" out loud?
He says it so as casually as he just stepped in dog shit.
Yes. And it's the same with, I've got to find something to put my soul in. He's just like, he's narrating his actions as he does things.
Well, yeah, because as a viewer, I'd be unsure what he's doing.
Yeah.
We didn't get to know that he's apparently a voodoo priest.
The viewer is lost until about fucking halfway through this movie.
Yeah. By the way, I don't want to say voodoo, but
that's what it is. It's a Haitian priest.
I mean,
that's what it is.
You name another religion or
yeah. Well, it's a race.
Is voodoo a race?
Oh, Haitian is.
Okay, Haitian. I'm talking about voodoo.
Okay.
So yeah, I feel like voodoo is a very almost offensive term when things aren't voodoo.
Well, the fucking guy who gave him the magic powers is like literally Baron Samedi. So it is.
I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is like, while I was writing this, I'm like, I don't want to write voodoo.
Okay.
Because I don't know, but like you name another thing where you can put your soul in a doll.
Yeah, and I'll tell you right now.
Name one more thing.
The chant is Haitian Creole.
Oh, it is.
Which means that it is voodoo.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I looked it up and I'm like,
is this okay to say?
I'm gonna wait. We're gonna wait. But then he pulls out a voodoo doll. So
also he does that.
This is fucking voodoo. It's voodoo, the voodoo, voodoo motherfucking voodoo right here.
So his logic is, I'm going to put my soul into a doll. Into a doll that's 2.5 feet tall that we're going to have to hire a little person to stunt double for.
They don't even hire a little person. They hire somebody who's bigger than the fucking doll.
That's true, they do. But let's be honest. It's a fucking midget. The thing is tiny.
You're telling me you couldn't... Look, because... The problems that this caused, hiring somebody who's slightly bigger than the doll to play the doll, they had to build sets that were slightly bigger so that he didn't look bigger.
That's fucking stupid.
The scene where he comes down of the chimney and he's like, and he kicks the thing open.
It's a way bigger chimney than it is in the apartment.
30% bigger than it was before.
Not to mention, how the fuck do you get in the chimney? Okay, he was inside the building. All right?
I'm not poking that hole.
Pissed. Pissed for so many reasons. I'm pissed. So and I wrote down, like, if he had just gone into a sex shop instead, his soul would now be in a giant rubber fist.
Or, one of those awful novelty blow-up dolls.
Yeah, it would be that.
That'd be a horrible movie.
It's not even inflated. It's just it just looks like a tent you threw in the trash. The whole movie. They're called good guy dolls, which is funny because it's a bad guy in it.
Yeah. Good guy, bad doll. Or bad doll, good guy. I can't tell.
While he's skulking around inside this toy store, the cop who follows him in is also doing so, but at no point does he clearly hear the fucking series of boxes and shelves that this asshole's knocking over.
My fucking God.
He's just looking around like, I don't know where this fucking guy went. He's the loudest thing in the empty, closed toy store.
He knocks over a display that's at least 3 stacks high.
Yup.
The whole display.
You could definitely see that from anywhere in the store. So this cop sucks at being a police officer.
Every cop in this whole movie sucks at being a cop because it's the 80s. You got this cop who can't seem to figure out where the crashes in this tiny toy store are coming from.
Until the big one.
Yeah. I like that he like shoots this guy, he falls over, and he walks around to where he's supposed to be, and oh, he's not there.
That's weird.
Oh my god, what an 80s thing. What an 80s thing to have happen.
He's fucking got one leg, it has a bullet in it, and the other one's got like a shit hip or knee, so it's not like he's running fast or far.
Well, he's got a bullet right through his damn chest. How he didn't die immediately.
So this Haitian Creole ritual conjures up a giant thunderstorm, and we get the world's fattest lightning strike that blows the cop back, and I was like, okay, immediately I know what kind of movie I'm seeing, because that was hilarious.
Yeah.
The reactions of the Chucky doll to being shot are like the funniest fucking shit. Everything to do with this Chucky doll ruins anything that would be otherwise frightening about this horror movie.
I thoroughly enjoyed it's clearly a voiceover.
Yes.
Because it's a doll.
Yeah.
But then half the time the doll's mouth isn't even moving.
Yep.
It's
That's
just
100% true.
They're just like, all right, guy, we need you to scream and cuss.
Scream so loud that you make your daughter cry in the sound booth, which is a thing that happened.
Oh, Jesus. So yeah, if you're wondering what he's saying when he's doing his little chant there, he's basically asking Drambala to give him the strength, and then he commands him to move his mortal soul into the vessel.
I don't think you're doing any commanding of what is a demigod.
Yeah,
he's like, I'll do this for you because I'm not doing anything else right now.
Oh yeah. A spoiler alert: he does it.
Yeah, no, it works.
It happens.
It works just fine.
Yeah, so whatever that is, it's just good.
And then somehow a fucking homeless person gets it in this toy store that blows the fuck up. The doll that he put his soul in, that's made of rubber and wires, survives the explosion.
God's will.
Yeah, I guess.
Thank you, God, for letting Chucky live.
Drambala, which is dangerously close to a liqueur name.
I was also going to say, it sounds like you get drunk on it.
I'll have a Drambala and orange juice.
And also move my mortal soul into a vessel.
If you have the time.
Yeah, on the rocks.
So, cut right to this kid whose name is Andy, just butchering a breakfast for his absentee mother.
Oh my god, this single mother.
Yeah.
This single mother who's got it so rough, and you're going to find out all the roughness that she's got it coming.
Just horribly rough, she's got it. Puts sugar in a sugar cereal. No, not even a child would eat that.
Well, hi. When I was a child, we used to put corn syrup in our cereal.
I remember doing that, but it's not just straight fucking granulated sugar. At least it's a syrup.
It's worse. It's corn syrup.
Yeah, it's made of corn. There's no sugar in that.
Yeah, he puts about 3 heaping scoops of that in there.
He also gets it everywhere.
He empties the bowl. He empties the milk.
Torches the toast.
And first of all, I thought it was waffles. Because I couldn't identify it. It's just
it was
charred.
blackened. Yeah,
it's just charred.
Just
pieces.
a carbon brick.
And then
he puts an ice cream scoop's worth of butter on that shit.
Okay, I was gonna say it's not ice cream.
No.
I thought it was ice cream. It's like, oh, waffles and ice cream, nice.
No, that's just how much butter he's using.
Yeah, because he doesn't have a concept of what's good for you. And
gets the bedside tray there and walks it, spilling everything all over the carpet.
Oh Lord,
creating more problems than he's solving with this breakfast.
Before he breaks the breakfast, and so we're treated to what is The Good Guys. It's a TV show that this kid likes.
It's basically the Care Bears.
This is the worst TV show I've ever heard of.
It looks like shit.
It looks like shit. And okay, so it comes on TV, and I'm to believe that this is the beginning of the episode.
Yeah.
Because
he sees 5 seconds of it and goes, I already saw this one.
Yeah, so I've seen this one.
Yeah.
And in this show, it's literally a kid on the cusp being like, I got no friends, nobody wants to play with me, I'm lonely.
Yeah, and then the good guy shows up in a hot air balloon and just kidnaps him.
Yeah, descends from the sky and fucking takes this kid away. That's the end of the episode.
That's a good show.
So, what does this thing run for all of 20 seconds?
It's the same as the fucking House Hippo ad. That's how long this runs for.
And the amount of time it took for this kid to identify that he's seen this episode, the episode ran.
Yeah.
So what the fuck is all of this about?
Well,
he's got the pajamas. He's got all this shit.
He's dressed like it
for this 20-second thing where a doll steals a child.
Okay, well, he's got ADHD.
Either way, what are the other episodes like? That's my other question.
Or one of them takes place in a warehouse with ropes.
Oh, good Lord.
Yeah, jeez. Just fucking pour cereal like an ape. Well, that's why he's a retard.
Jesus
Look at the fucking breakfast he made.
He's a 6-year-old.
That's all that he's capable of comprehending.
That's so much butter. So much.
Yeah.
God. Yeah. So he spills.
Mom, wake up. Wake the fuck. And this woman is in such a drug coma that it takes her, like, essentially being given a seizure violently in order to wake up.
Oh, yeah? You try waking up at 6:30.
You know,
After supporting a child working at a department store.
I woke up at 4:40 this morning.
But you don't support a child working at a department store selling jewelry.
I have a cat. She's pretty high maintenance.
Yeah, but 6:30?
Yeah.
And also he's wasted all of the breakfast food and brought it to you?
Also, like, boomer line. He goes, it's a beautiful day outside.
Oh my God. And he rips those curtains open.
Yeah. No, this is the fucking most jarring wake up ever.
The mom, like, picks up the toast and, like, it's
The
almost
butter
like
just falls off. Like, it didn't even melt at all.
she fucking does that on purpose.
Yeah, because fucking, I don't want to have a heart attack at 6:30 in the morning.
Yeah, this is the way I'm gonna make you learn. See how I do this? Clunk. Too much.
If I can do that, you put too much on it, kid.
Oh my God. She was probably just relieved that it was actually burnt toast and that she wasn't having a seizure from the light being the curtains being ripped open.
So let's open your birthday presents.
No. No, it's not, because he's been eyeing up that fucking huge box this whole time.
Yeah, and this fucking mom does the thing every shithead parent does, which is just the fucking old switcheroo. Here's the box that looks like the thing. My grandmother used to package pajamas and socks in, like, PlayStation boxes.
Where's she getting these boxes?
Oh, fucking, just around.
Oh my God.
Grocery stores,
Yeah,
I don't know.
This box of clothes.
It's the exact size and shape of a good guy's doll box, which is what he wants the most for his birthday.
Mm-hmm.
And he rips it open, and guess what? Clothes for you. Clothes that don't even fit yet. Clothes that I just gave myself work for your birthday.
Yeah. The first thing she does is like, well, we're gonna have to alter these, but it'll be all right.
Yeah.
Look, clothes. It's not a gift for a child.
No.
For an adult, sure, we probably love getting clothes. That's one less thing I gotta go get for myself, right?
Huge fan. I'll take a hoodie over money at this point.
For sure. But like, yeah, it's only adults like that shit. Kids, I mean,
They never like clothes, period.
Never.
That's it.
But at least you put all of the clothes in one box.
That's true.
Instead of giving him boxes of disappointment to open.
Yeah.
Before
What's this? Oh, more clothes? More
he-
shitty hand-me-down clothes from the thrift store, Mom?
Before he gets to the fucking toy set, it's a fucking hammer.
It's just...
It's
a child-size hammer and some wood blocks.
It's a good guy's hammer.
The tool set, right?
What a money grab. Because, like, these dolls are new.
I didn't even think about that. They already got accessory products.
Yeah, they had accessory products before the dolls happened.
The Barbie and Ken's fucking Porsche convertible.
Right. And then so the first thing he's like, well, I was really hoping you'd have one of these $120 dolls to go with it, Mom.
That would be sick. Guess what? Matter of fact, fuck the clothes and the hammer. Save that money for the doll I want. And like it makes perfect sense that she can't afford it because she's clearly spending $100,000 a week on fucking food. The way that this kid just destroys food in the house.
Oh, they've got Good Guys breakfast cereal on lock. They must must have cabinets of Good Guys breakfast cereal.
If the doll's $100, how much is the fucking breakfast cereal?
Hey, Mom, it's my birthday. I made you this garbage cereal. I hope you wanted to be picking it up off the carpet
all day.
I hope you wanted to smell dairy for the rest of your life.
Yeah. So then cut right to, we're at work now.
Mm-hmm. We're at work.
I work the jewelry counter that's open after dark for some reason because she has to work late that night.
Yeah, yeah.
Right?
It's a real late night just selling cubic zirconiums.
Also, like, given... there's a throwaway line later on where the detective's like, this is a shitty part of town that you work in. And so nobody's going in there to buy good jewelry, all right? What does she do all day? Stand and watch other customers actually be served?
Well, I mean, like, the place is packed. There's a lot of people. Like, her boss notices she's missing, so she's clearly an integral part.
She's missing for 10 seconds to go out into the alleyway and talk to a fucking hobo who just has, well, clearly a stolen product.
Yeah.
First of all.
Yeah. It's a very 80s thing they do. They call him a peddler.
Yeah.
Which is a fun way of being, nice, I guess. This fucking dirty bum outside who's later gonna try and rape you.
Yeah.
He might have a good guy. I don't know. I don't know what that is.
I don't know for sure.
I just saw a big yellow box that said good guy. I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
But this could be a good guy.
And then they have the audacity to haggle with him when he's not selling it for full price anyway.
Oh my God. He's like, yeah, $50. And he's like, nah, 10.
Oh,
like,
that's how you do it.
Yeah, the friend is like, yeah, $10 because we don't, this is probably a piece of shit. You're a homeless person.
Also, like, we just came out of the store we work at, making it clear that we have income. Mm-hmm. Certainly more than you have.
Now give me that at a very reasonable price.
So we settle on 30, and then he smiles and you get to see his gross teeth, which is an important plot point. Horrible teeth. Yeah, because later on she's trying to find him by asking random strangers if they've seen a random stranger.
She does a lot of tooth action.
And yeah, describes it silently as, oh, his teeth are all kinds of fucked up. Yeah, you'd know it if you saw it.
Points at her front teeth and like
makes a gross face.
And how is the homeless guy's how is he not like, oh, what are you talking about, all of us? What do you mean? I didn't sell you nothing.
Me and everyone within a 10-foot radius of me right now?
This friend of hers, of the mom, is really, she's trying her best to help, but she's kind of fucking this whole thing up.
She is.
Because she's like, hey, how do we even know this thing works? Mm-hmm. You don't. You're paying very little for it.
Yeah.
Cut your losses.
I could guarantee you this 6-year-old kid is going to be happy whether it talks to him or not.
Well, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't.
In the long run, it doesn't matter.
It's true.
But then she's like, hey, how do we know this thing isn't stolen?
Guess what? You know that it is.
Look at him. Look at what he's doing. Look at where he is. Look at what he's pushing around.
Yeah.
This was not paid for.
It's a shopping cart full of things.
This is not a business entrepreneur who is buying things wholesale and selling them at a profit.
You didn't walk into his mom and pop store just now.
No, he's wandering into burnt down buildings and seeing what kind of copper he can pull out of the walls.
That's 100. And you know what? What he did is get a doll instead. He should have gone with the copper. You'd get more than $30 for that.
Mm-hmm. I think the best line in the movie is right here, where she's like, hey, how do we know this thing isn't stolen? And he turns around and grabs his dick, and he's like, steal this!
Yeah, he does. Also, like, he's already gone. Why are you trying to prolong this interaction?
Yeah, he's got your money. You're not getting it back.
No. Like, the longer you talk to him, the chances of you being sexually assaulted increase exponentially. Like, compound interest.
And it's proven.
Yeah, it is.
This movie, it gets almost unwatchable. Almost.
Yeah.
We get to the brink of unwatchableness.
I wrote down, so they go back inside, and then we find out that her boss is a piece of shit. Mm-hmm. He's a piece of shit boss.
Oh, yes. Oh, for sure he is.
Hey, I need you to stay and work the jewelry counter. You don't have a choice, because I'll fire you if you don't. And she's like, okay, but I gotta go pick up my kid from school. And he's like, I don't think you heard me clearly. Your job is on the line here over a couple hours of overtime. Mm-hmm.
And you're the only one. This shoe salesman couldn't cut the cheese when it comes to selling pieces of rock attached to pieces of metal. No.
The cash register is a different model. We haven't trained him on it.
Oh, yeah. Shoes just don't translate to jewelry at all. No, if you wear shoes, you're not wearing jewelry.
No, that's they're the way mutually exclusive, yeah.
Yeah.
Two completely different selling techniques.
Absolutely. And it's just too much. It's too much. She's the only one who can cover this old lady's shift who called in sick.
Yeah.
Maybe just don't sell jewelry.
Fucking shoe salesman can't change the word foot to finger in his pitch.
Couldn't do it to save her life.
Hiring mongoloids for this. So Maggie offers to babysit. I'll pick the kid up and I'll fucking... Terrible babysitter.
Oh,
pretty bad babysitter.
She's the worst babysitter. Worst one for the job. I mean, and you know that right away because she's like, yeah, this will be the hottest date I've had in 3 months. Cool. Excuse me, that's my son.
Please don't talk about my 6-year-old child like that when you're going to spend the night alone with him.
And then the boss is like, oh, can't imagine why that'd be.
Hey, man, you're wearing a polka dotted bow tie.
Yeah, you look like a goddamn turtle person.
The last time you got puss is when you came out of one.
The last time you got puss was when you paid for it, sir.
Also that. 100% that.
Yeah, good. What kind of comment is that? Also, earlier she was like, "Hey, I think I dated that guy we just." Does she fuck homeless people?
It really seems that way.
Is her boss like, "Oh, yeah, because you fuck homeless people, that's why."
This horny 80s lady
Yeah, she's just fucking slinging it to any guy who's got a
vaguely clean penis.
I don't even think that matters. I was gonna say dirty teeth, just a dirty tooth.
All these people are poor because of the overpriced cereal, the shitty breakfast that they let their kids make, and expensive yeast infection medication. Last podcast I mentioned that the child actors were a bit disappointing. They are fucking Robert De Niro compared to this kid.
You sure?
I fucking hate this kid.
I thought this kid was okay.
No, dude. You know why? Every single one of his lines feels like he was trained to enunciate, but wasn't given any training on pacing. It feels like it hurts him to speak the whole movie.
Yeah.
Every sentence takes 4 times longer than a regular sentence to say.
That or like he says the quiet parts loud and the loud parts quiet.
Yep.
Hey,
also,
Mom, I think Chucky got up and is gonna kill us.
And then when he gets the fucking Chucky doll, he just screams his name into his face. Chucky! It's like, Jesus, man, chill.
Yeah, holy shit.
I hate it. The only time he shows emotion throughout the whole movie is when he cries. And the reason why he cries is because the directors told him to think about his parents dying.
And is that where he's like in the institution and Chucky's coming to kill him?
When he's in the sanatorium or whatever the fuck. Like dirtiest mental institution ever, and you got a child in it. I'm pretty sure they have different ones for kids.
I really like that you can get good acting out of kids if you just tell them that their parents are dead.
Yeah. I went to breakfast with my grandparents this morning, and I mentioned that to them, and then my grandmother was like, yeah, well, I can't remember the name of the actor, somebody very popular back when she was still, when she was not old, okay? Wrote a book, I guess, and in the book, he talks about beginning his career as a child, and one time, for a scene where they wanted him to cry, they told him that his dog died. So cool.
Hey.
Just traumatized children for a movie for decades.
Hey, your dog's dead. Now get out there. Get out there and do your lines.
And enjoy this career that you've chosen, that your parents have chosen for you probably.
We're telling you conveniently right now. Now get out there and show some tears.
Action. Roll camera.
If you cry hard enough, we'll get you a new one.
Fuck. I didn't write a whole lot for this babysitting scene because there wasn't a whole lot going on. It's just Maggie babysitting until she gets fucking killed.
Well, so they come home. The mom comes home.
Yes.
And she brings the doll. She gives the doll to the child.
Yeah.
The first thing the child does is crack it off the fucking wall while he's running by.
That's true.
That's good. That's good stuff there.
Now remember, there's a human being's soul in this doll at this point.
Yep.
So this happens a lot in this movie.
This doll gets treated like shit.
Yeah. For the whole movie, but before anybody even realizes it's alive, it gets treated like absolute shit.
Oh, yeah.
So I'd be pissed too. I'd be wanting to stab the first thing that moved.
Oh, for sure.
You know?
This toy's got the worst, I think I texted you the second I was watching it. It's got the most aggravating recorded laugh.
Yes.
Hi, I'm Chucky. I'm your friend till the end. Ha ha ha.
That's the kind of laugh you hear after somebody like threw a rock at your head.
Yeah. Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha.
Your parents are dead.
It's like you're fucking logging in and out of a ha-ha machine. Just, ha 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 ha.
Fucking amazing.
Ha ha ha.
Yeah, the lines here, the canned lines are like ripped off from other dolls from the time period.
Probably. I mean, that's a good way to do it. Like, I'd like to be hugged and...
Yeah.
Woo, woodly woo. I'm a doll. How about you? That's what they all said, I think, back then.
Yeah. So it's bedtime. Maggie says it's bedtime for this kid.
Not only is it bedtime, but like, first, this kid's...
It's aggressively bedtime.
This kid is sitting there with his toy.
Yeah.
And his toy, the head moves with no prompt.
That's true.
So throw that in the fire. Immediately kill it with fire.
That's the only thing that you can do for this thing. The gimmick is... right, that it's basically a real person.
It's an animatronic. It's like a little robot. Yeah. It moves its head around.
So it moves autonomously, and it also blinks and looks right at you.
And it moves its mouth. Yeah. Which, if that was a real toy, that'd be a death trap.
That's true.
Kids would be losing their goddamn fingers in that all the time.
What's in that mouth of yours? Oh,
what are those teeth? Oh, let me talk to you.
Yeah, perfect.
But yeah, so yeah, the doll's head moves, and then immediately everybody's like, Nobody is like. And I'm doing a very surprised face and shaking my head, no. But then also, like, the doll is really into the 9 o'clock local news.
Yeah, that's
specifically, and
it's
nobody.
bedtime, and Andy's like, Chucky wants to watch the 9 o'clock news. That's a red flag.
Yeah, really, the news.
Even, which is not the case, and everybody believes it is for the first half of the movie. Even if this kid was making that shit up, what kind of fucked up serial killer kid do you have that wants to stay up and watch the news about murders?
Right? It's not even like trying to trick you into watching a cartoon. He's like, nah, I'm okay with the news, actually.
I'm down on the news, yeah.
So an old man living in a young boy's body. But then, yeah, so it's bedtime, and the babysitter picks him up, grabs Chucky by the arm, and just fucking dangles him.
Dislocates his goddamn shoulder into the bed.
I wrote, this doll is going to kill this lady first based on how she's dragging him by the arm.
Yeah, dude.
And that's exactly.
It sure is.
So the doll watches TV anyway, and then Andy gets heck for it, which is hilarious because she's a bad babysitter. She's like, fuck you for putting this doll out here. I told you. You gotta learn to listen, you little shit.
He's in fucking bed. Like, he's not even watching the news. He just went and did the thing that, if he was making it up, his doll wanted, and then obeyed the babysitter.
Mm-hmm. So, problems.
Just left it.
Yeah. The second Andy was like, I didn't do that. Mm-hmm. She's not concerned at all. I would be like, oh, okay. Well, we're gonna go.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take you to my place. Mm-hmm. Fuck the doll.
Yeah, we're gonna leave Chucky there.
Yep.
All good.
Yeah. So she tucks them all in, and then he kisses the doll on the cheek, which is really gross because he's a fucking old man who murders people.
Fuck yeah. Also worth noting, this doll has already been speaking to him, clearly. Mm-hmm. This doll wastes no time. And also, like, this is going to come up later, but if you're doing voodoo magic to put your soul into a thing, maybe get the whole rule book, not just the first half.
Yeah.
So that you're not horribly surprised later.
Yeah, for a guy who managed to do voodoo magic, we'll say flawlessly. Mm-hmm. He really didn't have, like, he knew half the battle.
Yeah. He read the French version of the instructions, and was like, I got it.
Oh, yeah. Give me the footnotes on this. This is too much.
Just give me the biblio.
Oh my god.
So Maggie hears a fucking noise while she's doing the dishes. Mm-hmm. And then she looks down the hallway and sees that Andy's door is open despite the fact she closed it. So she doesn't go and check on the child she's babysitting.
Nope.
She continues to amble around the house, believing fully that there's a burglar in it.
Yeah. At one point she's watching TV and Chucky literally runs by in her peripherals and she's like, Andy?
Mm-hmm. No answer.
Well, okay. Back to TV then. And then there's a thump, and she goes to investigate that.
Without making sure that the 6-year-old in the house is okay.
Yeah, no. What's this rattle-a-tat-tat at the front door here, and there's a chair in the way. It's interesting that there's a chair there.
I wonder who did that.
Well, yeah, who would need a chair to open the door? And it's interesting that that's the only time a chair is needed to open any doors. It's just a weird thing. Just a weird thing. I guess every other door handle was down low enough for the doll to get.
Yep.
It's cool. It's bizarre. Cool. No big deal. So
the hammer in the old tool set is a bit of a foreshadowing when he gets it as a birthday present. Because, Maggie looks out the window for some reason, and then when she turns around, she stands there and lets herself get hit in the head with a hammer.
That's not what she does.
No?
She hears some pitter-patter, and she's like, so where did that come from? Let me move the fucking... There's 3 plants in a row.
Yeah.
She moves the middle one and goes, that's that then, huh? Mm-hmm. And then she turns around and is like,
she just stands there.
A hammer?
Yeah, and lets that shit happen. She stands there. It's like 3/4 of a second that she could have moved out of the way of a small hammer that she just chooses not to.
And the hammer hits her, but she stumbles forever.
She just doesn't stop stumbling until there's nothing for her to stumble on anymore.
It's like she's making excuses to stumble.
Yeah.
It's like, whoa.
Well, I wanted to jump out this window anyway when I saw it.
She might as well have said whoopsie daisy. At some point when she knocked over the table, whoopsie daisy.
Yeah, my bad.
For fuck's sakes.
Right out a window. The easiest broken glass in any apartment anywhere in New York. Mm. And then she falls on a car. And the way that they did that shot is they had a stunt double jump out the window, and then they just dropped a mannequin full of cement on a car. Oh my god, it crushes the cab cap of a pickup truck. It demos the car. Oh my god. So before this happens, she places a phone call to the mom where she pretends that everything's okay, even though there was a burglar in the house.
Yeah.
You know who doesn't call the mom after a woman dies in her apartment? Anyone. This fucking mom doesn't find out until she takes the bus all the way home. Mm-hmm. And then she just shows up to a crime scene in her building.
Yeah, as far as she knows, her friend is there with what she calls the alone at night willies, which sounds like a sexual thing you shouldn't be doing near a child.
It sure does. And I would take it as one, given it came out of Maggie's mouth, the horny bitch friend I have.
Also, willies.
Many. It's a different kind of babysitting party. At the old Karen house.
This is
why
why
his fucking name is Karen, dude.
This is why it was bedtime so early.
Yeah, it's exactly. Yeah, she had plans. She's gonna watch the news and then make some calls herself.
So yeah, the alone at night willies, aka being frightened for your life.
Yeah,
it's cool. It's a cute name for it.
How did Andy hear none of this commotion?
Oh, he's a sound sleeper.
He must be.
He
must have been given some NyQuil.
How did he not get awoken when the doll got up out of bed and went for a stroll?
Great questions. All great questions.
Like it's not like it happened right like later at night. It happened right away.
Mm-hmm.
When I was a kid, it took me hours to fall asleep.
Yeah, and if somebody walked past my door, you better believe I heard that shit, regardless of what time of night it was.
For sure.
So fucking mom gets home and immediately begins strong-arming a detective with her white privilege. The weird part about this is there's just a cop in the room interviewing a child with no parent present, which is, first of all, illegal.
Illegal, yep.
But again, 15 cops in her apartment. So this is a murder investigation. The detective already thinks it's a murder investigation.
He's the homicide detective.
Not gonna call mom, though. Not gonna call mom when we find out there's a child in the house.
This is what I'm talking about. This is terrible cops. First of all, she walks right into that building.
Yeah.
Right up to the cops. I live here.
Oh, just come on in.
And she walks right by them. They don't go, well, can I see your ID?
Also, this is an active crime scene and you shouldn't be in it.
Yeah, no.
We would have brought the child to the station already.
15 cops in that room. They just all turn and look at her. She's like, huh. Mm-hmm. Nobody's like, hey, no.
Nobody says shit.
It's like they're all waiting for another guy to do something about it.
Yeah. They all got bystander syndrome.
But don't worry, they left the child right there at the active murder scene. Mm-hmm. No big, it's fine.
Perfect.
Good, it's great.
I'm watching him. It's cool.
Yeah,
Didn't want to get him out of bed.
There's no blood.
So then, she fucking wastes no time getting every cop out of here, despite the fact that they're investigating a murder. So they wouldn't leave.
Yeah, it's not like it's an active crime scene.
And then just closes the door, and we go to fucking bed now. Like, really?
Yeah.
Do we, though?
We've had a rough day of murder. I now have a friend I'm never going to see again, and she's smushed my neighbor's truck, who's now after me for that.
Because this is New York. I'll die. My favorite line in the movie happens right now. Karen is putting Andy to bed and asks about what happened to Maggie, at which point Andy says, Chucky did it. She said that Maggie was a real bitch and got what she deserved. You really made a 6-year-old kid say that for the movie, eh?
Yep.
Great.
Here's some words that we're going to teach you, and you never say again. Never say this sentence ever again.
When you go back to school in a week, please, God, tell no one what we've done today. Shithead voiceover lines, they begin now and they just continue.
Anytime the boy's not facing the camera, I just assumed it was a voiceover.
Yeah, they even do it to the detective.
The mom has probably my favorite reaction to
pissed.
To like, bitch got what she deserved, because absolutely her son said that without prompting, because you've raised a terrible boy. She doesn't even like, where did you hear that? Now, why the fuck would you say that? That's horrible, you little shit.
Yeah, dude.
Who taught you those words? And it's like, Chucky, yeah, fuck you. Fuck you right away.
Would have solved every problem.
Yeah.
If she had dug a little deeper.
Yeah, absolutely.
Who taught you the word bitch? Well, Chucky said that.
Yeah.
Well, since I'm a good mom, I know I have never said that word. So this doll is fucking dead now. This doll's going right in the fireplace.
Before she shoots all the detectives out, I forgot about how just like really hard on this detective is for these tiny footprints
Yeah.
on the counter. He's like, your kid murdered this person.
Yeah.
This is me casually accusing this boy of murdering this grown lady by pushing her out the window from the countertop.
Yeah, he's capable of that.
It's like, yeah, there's like these little tiny feet. And he's like, he doesn't even be like, I don't know about this. He's like, now who do you think?
Yeah.
Who's got them tiny little feet?
And fucked because he's wearing the PJs with the booties on him.
Yep.
And then he promptly also takes the little hammer as a murder weapon.
Yeah, he does. He's like, yeah, found this. At the second I saw like the flour on the floor when Chucky fucked up the whole kitchen.
You're like, he's going to track that through the house.
Well, yeah, Chucky's going to have dirty feet. And that's going to be like the thing they realize at some point.
Nobody but Andy realizes that, which is useless because nobody listens to Andy for a fucking second this whole movie.
Yeah. Nobody, not a single person, not even the doctor at the special people place.
No.
The asylum, the institution. It's an asylum. It's an asylum.
Yeah. And I mean, his story is very rigid, and he's in an asylum right now.
Yeah.
So if he were to be lying, he would have told the truth already.
Yeah, this kid seems to know a lot of things about actual real people who are dead.
Yeah.
Come on. Just listen to him for a second.
It's fucking mama all over again.
It is.
Look at that.
Listen to your children. When they're talking about scary things, just listen to them. Burn their dolls.
Burn any doll that, if you saw it in the corner, you would burn it anyway.
Yeah, any suspicious looking doll, just take a torch to them right now. I want you to go into your child's room.
If you have one.
Make them pick out every doll that they find suspicious. You know what? Burn them all. Fuck it. In front of all of your children, just burn all of their dolls.
You know what? Burn 2 dolls in front of the rest of the dolls.
There you go.
So that they know what'll happen.
Yeah, put their little doll heads on pikes, too.
Yeah.
Just as a reminder.
Perfect. Don't start any shit in my house.
The mom's losing her mind because this kid thinks that his doll is alive.
Yeah.
That's certainly that's something crazy that a child would never do. So
it's also the worst thing that's happened all night. Not the death of my friend.
Yeah, she's really...
I'm angry about the word bitch.
I'm angry that you called her a bitch, not that you pushed her out a window. That's... Come on, I'm not
At
mad.
At this point, those are your only 2 options. Either he's telling the truth about the doll being alive, or he killed your friend.
Yeah, so which one do you want to believe?
Yeah.
How much do you love your son? Not at all, apparently. Not at all. He's a lying piece of shit.
Amazing. So fucking bam, we go to school. I don't know. She doesn't even stick around long enough dropping him off at school to make sure he stays at school.
No.
She immediately leaves, and so does he. And no teacher or guardian at this school notices the only child carrying another child out of the building. And then he gets on the fucking subway in shit New York.
It's to Chicago, so it's worse.
To Chicago. Okay. Yeah, no, fucking you'd just be either abducted or murdered. And he rides the fucking subway at the behest of this fucking doll. How the subway conductor doesn't go, hey kid, how the fuck do you know where all the hobos live? Why are you getting off at Homeless Park?
He gets off the train where people yell, where's my money over a flaming barrel?
Yeah. Everybody's got a flaming barrel in this area. He gets off at the part where when you fall asleep on the subway, the conductor wakes you up and goes, it's the end of the line. Yeah. It's
the end of the line, but don't get off here. I can see you've got nice shoes. Jay, we forgot about my favorite part of this movie.
Oh my God, what's that?
The rudest thing Chucky does. The rudest. Oh my God. Out of this whole movie of rude things. So they're sitting there and they're talking. The mom can hear the boy talking to the doll, and he comes in. She comes in. She's like, "What's Chucky saying to you?" And Chucky, this piece of shit, has told this boy, that Chucky is here because his daddy sent him from heaven to be his friend forever. Yeah, his dead dad. Just saying the worst things to this child.
This strangler sure does tell the worst imaginable lie to a child.
Oh my God. He manipulates that boy like that. And so that's probably how he's like, hey, look, I got to go visit a friend. Yeah, he lives in the part where it's like you think they shoot Shameless there, but even Shameless isn't even in that bad of a neighborhood.
Amazing.
They fucking...
Yeah.
And then he notices the feet are dirty and he tells the police, and the police are like, Fuck you, kid.
Shut the fuck up.
But yeah, no, so he takes the train. Sorry, I forgot all about that.
No, that's fine. So did I.
I had to laugh. I had to pause the movie and go, oh my God. How could you say that?
I kind of let that line just wash over me. I didn't think as hard about it as I should have.
Yeah.
Like, holy fuck. Okay.
So yeah.
Because at the time it was like, it seemed appropriate. It was like, how the fuck else would this kid endure this nightmare that's already been happening to him?
Well, his dead dad sent him an angel from heaven.
A murderous angel from heaven.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
So yeah, somebody let this boy on this fucking train.
Somebody let him into the subway terminal with no ticket, and then let him on the train. Nobody said shit. Let him get off the train in the worst part of town's worst part of town.
The 80s were a different time.
They sure were, dude. He looks like he knows where he's going.
Back before they even had the thought to put a security camera in a public school.
Fuck's sake.
But you know, let's just leave the doors unlocked. I like the breeze. I want somebody to be able to come in and out if they need to without me having to get up.
Holy fuck.
Public schools.
Public schools and shit, Chicago. Why does Chicago and New York both look the same? Oh, because they're garbage places to live.
You're not wrong.
Specifically Brooklyn. Sorry to black people, but that's just what you've done to yourself.
You know, why live in a place where there's a lot of steam coming up out of the vents?
Yeah.
Day or night, hot or cold, you know? It's a lot of steam.
Dirty sewer steam all the time.
So, yeah, they take this, they end up at a crack den.
They do.
This is where it took me a second to realize, but this is where the getaway driver lives.
Yes, Eddie.
In a crack den.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like the part of Detroit where even Detroit don't go.
Hilariously, he sleeps on the top floor, which, don't bother. Just sleep anywhere. The rats don't care.
No.
They're coming into rooms if there's rooms to go into.
Oh, yeah. You're not avoiding anything.
Sleep on the roof if you don't like the rats.
The house is diseased. Before
he gets to the house, I'm so mad. This is also like when I was like, this fucking kid doesn't know how to act, because he's trying to speak to the doll, but again, I need to talk like this to get my lines out. And I'm over here dying. I want to cut my wrists open. He slaps Chucky down in a rocking chair and then goes 10 feet away to piss. I got a tinkle, Chucky. You're going to stay here so you don't look at my dick.
Probably for the best, honestly. I wouldn't put it past this strangler to not take a dick peek.
This is the longest piss ever because Chucky gets up out of the chair and runs into the house.
Yeah.
In the time it takes this kid to empty his pea-sized bladder.
Yeah, he meanders into like a trash hole. Like, there's just like, they took everything out of a house and put it on the side, and he 100%. Just pisses all over it.
So he fucking goes into the oven and turns the pilot light out just to, fill the fucking place with gas so that he can blow it up. Eddie is upstairs and he is awoken by a noise. Awakened? Awoke? I don't care.
He is awoke.
Yeah. He's now woke.
The bro is woke.
Yeah. So he gets his giant revolver out and goes through the house. Well, I mean, if you're in a crack den, you need a gun that size, so I get it. He fires one shot, and Andy, in noticing that Chucky is now missing, hears a gunshot and goes toward it.
I thought that was an interesting move myself, to head toward the smell of gas and gunfire. Yeah.
It must be Chucky.
Well, Chucky's in danger. We got to get him out of there. I'm going to be able to save Chucky from this crackhead with a gun.
So the point of filling the house with gas was so that when Eddie fired a shot, it would explode.
Because he knows that Eddie is the kind of guy who's going to fire his gun when he comes around. He's going to point his gun around the corner, fire first, and then look.
When you're strangling people and you need a getaway driver, you want the jittery guy with the hair trigger.
Yeah, you want the guy who does crack and owns a gun. You want the crack gun guy. For sure.
The house does indeed explode, and somehow, despite the fact that Andy is just outside, he's just fine.
Yeah, I think he gets sent flying. Maybe?
I don't believe he does.
No? Okay. Well then...
I don't think you get to see anything happen to Andy because he walks around one side of the house and then you get to see the explosion from the other side. So that Andy was actually nowhere near the house when they blew it up, which they definitely for sure blew up a whole house for that.
I would hope so.
It's an entire house. You get to watch the whole shit crumble.
Jay.
Yep.
It's not like it's a good house.
No, it's a horrible house.
They probably did a landowner a favor there.
Yeah.
Hey,
I need to get rid of this fucking house, please. Well, you're in luck.
Hey, how about now listen here. Mm-hmm. Blow it the fuck up.
You know, I would love that.
Good. So then I can just have an empty lot with burnt rubble in it. Perfect.
They probably paid him to blow it up, to be honest.
I mean, they built an entire house that was 30%, or an entire set anyway, that was 30% bigger, just so the doll would look the same size. I don't put... I bet they built the house, too, to be honest.
Yeah.
They probably built the crackhead house as well.
They hired 2 Vietnamese people to cobble together some brick. So now we're at the fucking police station, and the mom shows up. Once again, a child is being interrogated without any type of guardian. Illegal.
It's pretty neat how, I mean, you could read the Miranda rights to children, but they don't get it.
There has to be acknowledgement that you understood them in order for them to have been read to you successfully.
Oh, you can be like, I get it. Yeah, I scroll through the terms and service all the time, and then I still click agree.
I definitely do read that long-ass shit every time I open iTunes after an update.
Oh, but yeah, no, it's a great point. It's not like this kid actually did any crimes and has anything
He was
incriminating.
nearby an explosion.
He's literally going to tell you exactly what happened, but you don't believe him, so why are you bothering?
Here's the other thing, too. This child has now been present for 2 deaths.
Yes.
Like, very present for them.
And there's been some damning footprint evidence.
Where's your caseworker?
Why isn't this kid in jail already?
It turns out this motherfucker's, like, behind the glass. Unsafe. Mm-hmm. How long? You can just leave the room.
I really...
That's just the guy, like, that runs the asylum. He doesn't even try psychology once.
No, what he's asked him, like, a question. What's he asking him?
So the guy in the room is like the detective deputy or whatever, and is just asking him. I think he's just asking him about Chucky. That's it. I don't really remember. I was like, oh yeah, where'd you get that doll from? Shit like that.
Yeah.
But mom bursts in, rightfully pissed.
Oh, for sure.
But then she is a terrible mom again because she gets right in her son's face and goes, "If you don't tell the truth, you're going away from me forever." Jesus Christ.
And
this kid just saw a house blow up. A guy died in it. Mm. His babysitter just died also. And you're going to lose your mother. Not the appropriate time for that kind of threat.
No, but...
Also, you're in a big, scary police fucking station. Like, geez. Chill on that.
Rightfully so, he takes it all out on Chucky.
He sure beats the shit out of that doll, too.
And
oh, my God.
Oh, my God. Chucky does the, like...
This is the cycle of abuse we're witnessing.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Chucky doesn't say a damn thing because it's like, come on, Chucky, say something because you were always telling me horrible things. Say something.
Right.
And then he's like, my name's Chucky.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you the shitty kid line, which would piss me right off, too, if I was Andy.
Oh, yeah. And he's like, he's doing that on purpose. Oh, yeah, he is.
Yeah, fuck yeah, he is.
I would. Oh, for sure. I would. All the time do that.
Andy fucking just slaps him around. And I don't know if this is the point where he begins to feel pain or not, but like, oh man, you're on my list now. Punches him dead in the chest hard. You get to see the doll like compress.
Yeah.
This kid hits hard, man. Fucking Mike Tyson.
But yeah, no, the doll fucking stone shoulders him and that kid gets taken the fuck away.
The doll at this point, cursed or not, has caused more problems for literally everyone in the movie than it's solved. Let's put it in the garbage.
Yeah.
I don't
honestly,
care if you believe him that it's alive. Just throw it away anyway. Even if it's not alive, this kid has psychological trauma because of the horrible doll you've purchased him.
He thinks the doll is alive.
Yeah.
I think that's probably unhealthy enough.
We're gonna get rid of it.
Yeah, you're whispering secrets to this doll? No.
Instead, we're just gonna take him for a few days. The fucking owner of the asylum, the head psychologist or whatever. I don't see any paperwork being filed. I also don't see the mom putting up much of a fight.
No.
How about he comes to stay with us for a few days, and mom's just like, all right, sick.
Are you gonna take the doll too?
No.
Ah, good. Thank God.
I'll keep the doll. No, I'll keep the doll for when he gets out.
Yeah, there you go. He's gonna want this thing that's causing all the trouble.
Yeah.
He's gonna want to see that when he gets back, for sure.
The electroshock therapy that this kid gets in the asylum, if it takes, I'm gonna undo all of it.
Well, she's a good mom. She knows how much her son wanted that fucking thing.
So this is when we learn that the doll never had any fucking batteries in it.
Yeah, so she takes it home and she gets gruff with it.
She does.
She gets real gruff.
This is a real 9/11, post 9/11 interrogation.
Oh yeah, she slaps it around. She calls it she's like trying to think of the worst thing to call it. She calls it a bastard.
That's all. So definitely didn't teach Andy the word bitch.
Yeah. Take a look at your own vocab, Mom. So she's like, say something, damn it.
Yeah.
And he just sits there. He might even have done like a generic toy line again. I have no idea.
Yeah, he may have.
But she like goes and she has a glass of water, like the same way a mom would pour a glass of wine. And she's like, just like toiling over it, like, oh, it's been such a rough day. I just need this H2O.
Yeah, I need to be refreshed.
And she like picks up this box and then, the batteries fall out.
Mm-hmm. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, indeed.
So, the amount of time that it takes for her to try and put the doll in the fire, I don't care if it was half a second, it was too fucking long.
Yeah.
She goes to all the trouble of picking it up
She
and screaming in its face.
She picks it up. She like looks to see if it's got batteries. I don't know why you bothered checking. You know it doesn't have batteries.
And then commands it after. Well, first of all, drops it and it rolls under the couch. Which is not a doll movement. Yeah,
that's right. Because it does an exorcist and it spins its head around and goes. Eh. This fucking couch
is massive.
It's massive. It's also just an enigma. How does this couch work? The doll rolls under the couch and she lifts up the skirting, the flap. There's nothing there.
Well, he's deep in the couch.
No!
And then she pokes him and then pulls him out.
She flips up the flap. It's literally the flap is attached to the cushion.
Also, yeah, you're right.
There's enough space under there. It's like a chair. And then, so she pulls the doll out and it starts to... she threatens to put it in the fire, and then it attacks her.
Calls her a bitch, so that's definitely where the word came from.
Calls her a myriad of horrible things.
A lot. Yeah, calls her a slut. Not really.
No.
Where's your evidence?
Yeah, no. It's a single mom trying her best. Thank you. Thank you. But yeah, it starts like swinging. By the way, it's really funny when it's clearly a doll and you're trying to fight with a doll that's not moving.
It made me think of... Scary Movie 2, when the black cat comes to life and tries to kill Anna Faris.
Yes.
And there's a scene of it on top of her on the ground, I think trying to stab her with a knife. And it's just Anna Faris shaking around a fucking stuffed cat with a wide open mouth. It's the funniest scene in the whole movie.
Oh,
I fucking fall asleep dying of laughter every time.
And it's completely appropriate.
Fuck's sake.
Not so much here.
Also in Date Movie when the fucking Siamese cat has diarrhea.
I haven't seen that one.
Holy shit. I'm going to make you watch it after this podcast.
Okay.
Just that scene.
Okay. I'm in. I love cats having diarrhea.
Jesus
it's my favorite
Christ.
thing.
So, I think, Chucky just, leaves, right?
So here's what happens.
And then, she chases him.
They're fighting. Mm-hmm. And rather than throw Chucky into the fire...
Which is right there.
Because
it's in the living room where they're fighting.
And the fire is going. It's right there.
Perfectly good time to throw
wide
the ball
open
in the fire.
goal. Mm-hmm. Wide open goal there.
Practice your MJ Kobe.
Instead, she throws him to the left. Over the couch that... Hear me out here. Mm-hmm. Has no backing in the one specific spot, so you could see Chucky like a fucking puppet get up and run away. There's no backrest in the middle of the couch.
I forgot all about that.
There's no space under the couch to support the cushion.
This is the shittiest couch ever made.
This couch was designed for this movie.
Yeah, 100%.
This is the only thing this couch served its purpose and then was put in the trash.
It probably gets put in the fire.
It's not a functional piece of furniture.
Fair enough. You only ever see Maggie, one person, sitting on it in the whole movie.
And she's probably sitting on like the stable part.
Exactly. Fair enough. So he fucking leaves the house because, I don't really know why. I assume because I don't remember if he goes to the voodoo priest before going to the asylum or after.
So, he leaves.
I watched this fucking movie this morning.
So did I. And I'm now that you mention it, I have no fucking idea. And I have notes in my lap I'm not looking at. So clearly the doll leaves because he's being treated like shit.
Yeah.
And he takes the elevator. She runs down the corkscrew.
Why would you chase him?
Yeah.
Your kid's locked away.
This is where she gets to the door and obviously this doll is running at the speed of light with its tiny legs.
Oh yeah, because
it's gone.
Yeah.
It's disappeared. Mm-hmm. So she's like, all right, I'm going to go to the cop.
Yeah,
she goes to the cop. Oddly, the cop doesn't believe the story. I don't know what's up these days.
Dubious.
Yeah, it sucks that he doesn't fucking believe her. Mm-hmm. And then I think she's like, well, I'm gonna find Chucky then.
Right.
And he's like, where are you going? I'm gonna go find that homeless guy.
Yeah.
That peddler.
The homeless man with the shit teeth that I bought him from.
Yeah.
Because he'll have the answers.
Yeah, exactly.
The only answer he has ever is, where's the bottle?
Or where's his boner going? I think is the other answer. He's fucking no. So she goes, first of all, the cop's like, yeah, no, it's a bad end of town.
Yeah. Shitty area.
And then she goes anyway to where all these homeless people are. And this is where you get her being like, bad teeth? Have you seen bad teeth around?
Asking random bums if they've seen a random bum. The answer is always yes.
This guy, that guy. She's like wading through people who are just drinking Mickeys.
The other way that she tries to describe him to these hobos is miming pushing a shopping cart. The two things, so pushing a shopping cart and shitty teeth, the two things that every single homeless person on the fucking planet has done.
There's two things I know. It's not brushing and pushing a cart.
And having my things on wheels.
Yeah, and being able to see all of my belongings through a metal grate. That's what I like. I like to know that all my belongings are within the confines of this rectangular wheeled cart.
Fuck's sake.
So
finds the one singular hobo who has his arm around what I can only assume is his date.
And she's like, what's she doing here? Like, this guy was like, yo, I met this lady, she bought a doll. And like, there she is right there. And like, this lady's jealous, like, what the you brought her here too? Well, all right, just this once.
I have standards as a homeless person.
Yeah, it's either that or he's helping this lady across the street. I doubt it, based on what he does next.
No.
This is nowhere near that department store.
No, it's not.
It's because like it's a department store.
She walks for like 10 minutes of this movie too.
Yeah, it's not like at night. I mean, it is kind of like at night.
It is,
but like homeless people don't just like appear like NPCs. they're not like the hookers in Grand Theft Auto that just pop out at night.
Yeah.
Because like she's walking down the sidewalk, which I'm assuming would be out front of the department store, and it is a street party.
It is.
It is trash cans on fire every 3 feet.
Yeah.
And green bottles that people are swigging out of. And
it's accurate.
It's there's just so much.
But not the greatest place for a toy store, it turns out.
Yeah, so I highly doubt that this is the same part of town.
Yeah.
But yeah, then she sees this guy and she's like,
hobos have nothing to do all day but walk around. You can get real far. You know? She's just on a whim. Like, was she out for hours?
I assume so.
She must have been.
To make me feel better, I assume so.
Because what she's doing, she's trying to find a needle in a stack of hobos.
You know, it's not as hard as you not as hard as you would imagine.
You don't think? Apparently, it's not.
I feel like that's something that they keep around is needles.
That's true.
But
I made a better joke than even I thought.
I get what you're saying though. Yeah. Honestly, how can you discern one between the bunch, you know?
Yeah.
But she does. She finds them.
She sure does.
And she's like, hey, where did you get that doll? And he's like, well, I'm not going to tell you until you give me everything you got. Give me that money. Give me that fucking money.
So she gives him like $1.50. And she goes, that's all I've got. And he goes, no, it isn't.
It's like, this isn't enough. And then clearly drops a $1 bill on the ground.
Yeah.
So he's not after the money.
Yeah. He fucking literally goes, that's not all you got. And then he bends her over a car in front of every homeless person in the vicinity.
That's what I'm saying. Like, right in the street.
Yeah. Nobody does nothing. I'd like to think that even amongst homeless people, there are some decent human beings.
There has to be. There has to be. Like, times are tough, but they can't be that tough.
Thank God the detective shows up at a saunter to break up this rape that's almost happening.
Yeah, hey now. What's all this I see?
And brandishes a gun to scare everybody off. Cool, works.
Yeah.
I think he knees this homeless man in the stomach. I would do a little bit more than that.
Yeah, something like that.
Interrogates him and gets the information. Oh, the shitty toy store. And then the detective clearly has a revelation, and then she's got to pry it out of him. Like, just be honest. Your eyes went as wide as seeing a car driving toward you.
Yeah.
Okay, you don't have a poker face, which is an important thing to have as a detective. This guy's a bad cop.
Yeah, I liked that. Yeah, his eyes go wide, and she's like, what does she say? Something like, what's going on? And he's like, I was
Nothing.
I was there. And she's like, well, why didn't you tell me that? Because he's a cop and he doesn't have to tell you all.
It's an open investigation. If anything, sharing the info is what they're not supposed to do.
Yeah, so that's why he didn't tell you, because he's trying to do his job.
Yeah.
But he's a terrible cop to begin with.
So it takes 10 seconds of please, because my son is in an asylum. And then he goes, all right, well, that toy store, the serial killer died in it. I shot him.
And here's the serial killer's name? Mm-hmm. Oh, that's the same name your son's been using?
Also, here's the address.
Yeah, here's the address of the place. Here's what I did. Here's his first next of kin there. Was people I contacted. And then it's like, oh, so yeah. And also, before he died, he said he was going to kill me and Eddie. Mm-hmm. Now, Eddie's already dead. I'm fine.
Yeah.
That's the end of it.
I'm sure I'm good.
He's really casual about being one of two people on this half-done hit list.
It's true. So he drives her home. She is insistent on going to the the address of the toy store, I think.
I think maybe. She...
Oh, he does a little bit of detective work after dropping her off. While he's dropping her off, though, she doesn't want to get out of the car. She's like, let's investigate this more. I want to be part of your police work. And he rightfully says no.
He actually, you have to go to school for that.
So he gets out and walks around to her side to open the door and pull her out. So she rolls the window up, but leaves the door unlocked.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I'm in your car now.
Uno reverse. Now I have to be a cop.
So, he just lies to her and then goes back to the office and does more detective work and finds the address of this fucking voodoo priest.
Yeah, he gets Charles... He gets this goddamn file.
Yeah.
And then he drives home. Mm-hmm. Chucky's in the he's in the backseat.
Yeah, he is.
He's right there.
Don't know how he got there.
It doesn't matter how he got
weird.
there. He's a doll. He's a voodoo doll, so it doesn't matter.
They have this really fucking funny car chase where... First of all, fucking detective burns him in the face with a cigarette lighter. So good.
Melts all the plastic.
Yeah.
He's trying to strangle him with jumper wires from the back seat as well.
He's barely trying to do that.
How on earth does a doll have the strength to collapse a windpipe? There's no way.
Well, he's the strangler.
That doesn't matter.
The skills transfer.
He left all of his muscles in his dead body.
That's true.
He's full of fluff and metal.
Ends up flipping the car. There's a point he's got a knife and he's trying to stab him through the seat, and he's got horrible fucking aim.
That, or he's just got a plastic knife that doesn't seem to touch the cop, and when it does, it just pokes him.
And then he gets under the car seat and tries to stab him in the taint, which, rude.
Yeah, the cop, just does everything with his upper body to lift.
Yeah.
His lower body as far away from that seat as he can.
Hilarious, dude. All the while, Chucky's making my favorite face is the angry yell face. It's just frozen like that. It's beautiful. So he insists on just fucking holding down the gas pedal with his little plastic hand, and apparently the cop can't fix that problem.
Yeah, it's weird how the brake wouldn't just... Who cares if you're gonna fuck your car up?
Yeah, he's trying to kill you.
Just hit the brake.
Boot the arm out of the way with your foot that's right by the brake. You're driving the car.
Step on his skull. It's plastic.
Exactly. So they fucking go through this hilarious car chase, end up flipping the car over.
And everybody's fine.
Everyone's fine. Detective doesn't really give a shit about getting out of the car, just draws his gun instead.
Yeah.
And so, Chucky's fucking running around. At this point, I get mad because he goes, you can't hurt me. Weird, because I just did.
Yeah.
With the fucking cigarette lighter, and you screamed in pain.
Exactly.
So where's the mystery now? There's none.
Yeah, I'm calling your bluff.
Fuck. I started counting the shots in the gun, because he's just, wildly firing.
Yeah.
Shoots him in the shoulder, and blows him 20 feet back. Hilarious.
Every time that happens, you gotta chuckle.
Fuck yeah. But then, he fucking disappears so that he can go to fucking John, the voodoo priest. No Haitian is named John.
That's the name that they would be like, look, I know you're not going to pronounce this, you white fuck. Yeah. John. Yeah. All right. All right.
John, I guess.
I'll be John, because it's better than the other thing you call me.
Fuck's sake. The detective then, Despite the fact that Chucky's been running around the outside of the car the whole time trying to surprise stab him,
Yeah.
he runs out of sight, and the fucking detective's like, all right, well, I guess he's gone. Why would you guess that? Still think he's around.
He's a doll. he's not making a lot of heavy footprints. You didn't hear him run off.
Fuck's sake. The address that the detective gave her ended up being Charles Lee Ray's address. And
Yes.
he was like, well, I already checked it out. I don't care. Check it out again.
Well, yeah, she goes to Charlie Ray's house.
Yeah. It's a fucking shit show in
Doors
there.
wide open.
It is. That's
and
dangerous.
From the hallway, you can see big dick paintings.
Yeah.
Big dick out Satan paintings.
Satan, blood sacrifice, fucking stacks and stacks of mannequins.
Everybody's dick out.
They sure are.
It's quite the apartment to have.
Right there in there. Thank you, mighty Drambala, for life after death. Oh. Case closed. Case fucking closed.
And it's written on the wall too, right?
It is.
And it's written way up here on the wall, right? Way up here at
Where a
eye
person
level.
reaches.
Yeah, eye level. Yeah, that's good. And
Where not a doll reaches.
And did you see the step? There was no step ladder. No,
There wasn't.
No ladder. No table. No chair.
No, I haven't gone to school for policing. I wouldn't need any more evidence. I go, and the fucking detective said himself that he checked the place out. He didn't think anything of everything in the house.
He walks in there. Well, who doesn't have great big dick paintings all over the place? Who doesn't have these paintings of naked dick out men slashing their arms open? This is just a regular day for me.
And incantations about the afterlife and still being alive during it.
Nah.
Bizarre. There's no way the doll's talking.
Yeah,
There's no way the doll from the toy store where I killed him is talking.
Yeah, I got to get down to the donut shop. I got to take a shit. That's the whole thing. He like kind of went in there, he's doing like that. I got to shit, looking around. I got to shit.
I'll come back later. Fucking detective just sneaks up on the serial killer's house on the white woman in it.
Yep.
Alone.
Oh, yeah. The fact that he didn't get knifed right there out of fear.
Dude.
Very, very trustworthy lady. Also, he doesn't mention at all that the doll was trying to stab his dick and balls 12 hours ago.
Not even that long, probably.
Like, this
shit happened. This whole movie happens over like 3 days.
What happened to your car? Nothing. You're driving, though. Oh, yeah, look.
Why are there so many knife holes in your tweed? I was cooking, and I slipped 15 times in the dick area.
Oh, my God. Why? Be the first thing I'd be like, hey, wild thing happened to me last night. Actually, you know how that doll came to life? You were 10, dude. And I didn't believe the fucking shit you were saying? Well,
hold on to your hat.
Eggs on my face here, because guess what? Turns out...
Boy, do I feel sheepish.
Yeah, but yeah, no, he doesn't say a shit, so he... Oh, good Lord.
Yeah, just like leaves her to think that she's the only crazy one still. Haitian voodoo priests are like, we got to get over there before Chucky does. Yeah. How do you know he's going there? Anyway, that's exactly what happens. And this is where we find... What the fuck is this ritual? Okay?
Before that, the cop shows her a picture of John.
Yeah.
And he's like, he used to hang out with this guy a lot. Let's go get him. Yeah, this is the guy for sure. This guy had one friend, and based on what I'm seeing here, voodoo. This is racism.
Yes, 100% it is. Oh, Charles Lee Ray was friends with this black man? He must be involved.
This is the voodoo priest right here.
Yeah. Fuck.
Well, they were right. They were right. They were right.
This is the one time that profiling actually doesn't do damage.
Oh, good Lord. So they want to get there before Chucky does. Spoiler alert, they don't.
No, they don't.
They don't.
Chucky finds out everything that he, and this is what I said earlier, should have known when he did the ritual in the first place.
Yeah.
He goes, why the fuck am I being hurt and bleeding? Oh, that would be an important bullet point to add when you're teaching him the ritual.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, you're turning human slowly after you do this.
Well, I think
what would happen if he did put himself into a dildo? He's just like wiggling around in a sewer forever.
I wanna think that this guy, when he was like, listen, if times are getting tough and y'all want to live forever, here's what you can do to put your soul in another body. I don't think he ever was like, fucking in a doll. You should do a doll. Because the second he realizes what he's done, he's like, you perverted it.
Yeah, you fucked it right up.
You fucked this whole thing up.
I was being nice to a white man. This is what I get.
And then even Chucky's like, I didn't even believe this shit, but look at what I did. So it turns out you don't have to believe a goddamn thing.
Yeah.
And if things are real, things will just happen.
That's true.
So start just chanting, and if
just do them all. Like that fucking the assistant guy from The Mummy. When the mummy shows up and he's got a necklace with like every religious icon on it, and he just starts praying in every fucking different religion.
Gotta be safe.
One of them works. You know, I think incantations and rituals are a real spaghetti at the wall type deal. You just do them all, and eventually you turn into a goat or something.
I think for the most part at this point they're just for horror movies, so that people will feel like magic is real and like witchcraft is actually a spooky thing.
So the fucking rules are, you gotta put your body into the first person you spoke to, you revealed yourself to.
How arbitrary.
100%.
How on the fly of you.
And if you can put yourself into an inanimate object, what if he spoke to a trash can? And then you just have like a cycle of horrible objects that you gotta work through before you get to a person.
Well, look, again, he should have known this.
Yeah, he should have.
He shouldn't have just said shit to anybody.
No.
Well, I guess
he should have said shit to like the detective.
Actually, it's probably best that he said shit to people, because the next person he would have revealed himself to would have been John.
Yes.
And that would have been like, all right, well, guess what?
That's worse.
Yeah.
But as it turns out, it's all good, because for some reason, John has made a voodoo doll of himself.
Oh, and he keeps that around. Smart guy.
Chucky goes, you really shouldn't tell your customers where you hide this thing. Correct. That's the rightest thing I've ever heard.
Yes. I got to agree with you there. That's some solid advice.
Hey, man, this is the first half of... and the second half is also as important, but I'm only going to give you the first half of a ritual to continue living after you die. Oh, by the way, this doll that when you touch it, I feel it, it's right over there in the closet. All right, see ya.
Hi. Yes, absolutely. Please come into my house. I'll sell you marijuana. This is where I keep it, and this is where I sleep.
Also, I have no guns.
Yeah. I'm going to turn my back, and I'm going to count out each and every individual marijuana for you.
Fuck's sake.
Yeah, no, why would you even make a voodoo doll of yourself?
There's no reason to do that.
Just because you can.
Yeah.
Just because you can do it.
You know what? In my head, I was like, oh, it's so that if he's killed by someone, he has already got something else on deck. But no, he just fucking dies when he's stabbed. Mm-hmm. The fucking Chucky stabs the doll and he just dies. You'd think if you had this ritual just memorized, you would be able to, like, you'd have something nearby to be like, blah, 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 too.
Yeah.
All right, I'm good.
Well, I don't think he meant it to go into anything other than a person.
Maybe not, but fuck it. You're going to die.
That's fair. That's fair. Maybe he... I'm reaching here because this is voodoo, and this is already a reach.
It is.
Because you're already like zombies,
yeah,
and magic powders.
I had burlap sacks with cotton in them that when you poke them, someone goes ow.
Yes, but maybe is like this is the first he's ever heard of putting it in a doll.
So he's a terrible voodoo priest.
He's never thought of putting anything in a doll before. Just people.
Yeah,
people and animals. Maybe
no experimentation whatsoever. In this house when you got nothing to do. I'd be putting my soul in fucking like frying pans and shit. Just cuz.
I'd just be spooking people. I'd be a balloon. I'd come down, pop, just scare the hell out of people. So yeah.
He fucking dies. He gets killed.
Chucky busts his legs as he's getting this information.
That's pretty funny, actually.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, just so you know, I could do this.
Oh, that sound was good.
That was.
That sound made up for all the laser gunshot sounds I heard earlier. So then Chucky says, oh, well, it looks like I've got a date with a 6-year-old.
Yeah, probably shouldn't say that as an adult man in a doll.
Yeah, also, like, that's the last thing you want to hear but when you're about to die.
It's true.
Good God.
So fucking detective and mom, turns out they were almost right on time. So close.
But not quite.
And fucking... find the fucking priest as he's dying, and he just goes, protect the boy in this broken-ass English. I wouldn't have understood what the fuck that meant, I don't think.
No.
But that's cool. And then, right to boy.
Right to this young just innocent child they've got locked in
the-
Shutter Island.
In fucking Chernobyl.
Yeah.
Shutter Island at least had blankets. This is the fucking most derelict asylum. This is the asylum from the fucking Geraldo Rivera documentary that got him famous about an institution for mentally handicapped individuals where they just let them shit on the floor.
I've seen it.
It's
Yes.
the same fucking building, I swear to God.
Honestly, it might as well be. There's, in the hallway, the paint is chipping. And
Yeah.
this is for kids. These kids are just eating these paint chips.
Oh, you know what they are.
Worsening the issue.
Yeah, that's their sustenance. Everyone in this asylum dies of lead poisoning eventually.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. If you don't get out with good behavior, it's lead.
Yep.
It's lead in your dad.
So fucking he looks out the window, and he looks out the barred window that, well, Chucky can just fit through those. So could Andy, anyway.
Don't say that. Don't say that.
Sees Chucky just coming up the stairs. Tries to get someone's attention. Nope, don't care.
Yeah, I love the doctor. He just looks in there. I don't see anybody. I don't see anybody in that room with you.
You must be fucked. I'll see you in 15 minutes.
I also really like how, like, it's just a shot out the window of somebody dressed as Chucky, like
Yeah, it's totally a person.
going up the stairs
Yeah.
outside, but like you look out and he's still like going up the stairs.
Yeah,
like
twice.
he's really taking his fucking time walking up these stairs.
You'd think in the process of trying to not be in this doll forever, which is the other thing, once he becomes fully human, he's stuck in it, you'd have some urgency with trying to fix the problem.
Man, voodoo really, that's real some arbitrary shit. Why couldn't he just do the ritual again?
Here's the worst part of the movie. This whole scene in the asylum is the worst part of the movie.
Yeah.
Go ahead and ask me why.
Well, Jay. Now, I heard that you thought the asylum scene was the worst scene in the movie,
Yeah.
and now I'm very curious as to why that was.
So I'll tell you. Chucky wants to get into Andy's room. So he goes to the front desk where the keys are to the rooms, slips through the bars of the window, and grabs the keys.
Yeah.
Then he goes around to the front and unlocks the door. Nobody saw a doll walking around this asylum dressed like a fucking good guy.
Nobody even questioned it, like, saw it coming up the stairs. This Chucky's just walking around outside like he ain't no thing.
Yeah, it's all good. We just let the kids roam free. We have free range kids at this asylum.
Christ.
Didn't need to use the door because he slipped through the bars to get the keys. So why wouldn't you just slip through the bars to get into Andy's room? Because you can.
The movie would have ended a lot quicker, I think.
It sure would have.
With a dead Andy.
Yeah, because then Andy wouldn't have gotten the keys and unlocked the fucking door for himself and proceed to outrun every adult in this asylum all the way down the hall into the operating room where they just have surgical tools out all the time.
I got a question for you, Jay.
Yeah.
Now, I've never been to, let's say, an asylum.
Yeah.
However, I do know that that's not a hospital.
No, it isn't.
No,
The people aren't there by choice.
yeah, I wouldn't say these are surgical doctors. So the surgery room. I don't think that should be a room in this place.
No, it shouldn't.
Because that's obviously where they're lobotomizing children.
Yeah, no, that's what that's for.
There's no other point for this room, this operating room with like it's even got the theater around it so parents can come and watch a fucking screw go into their child's eyeball. Like did they even like look at this aside? Like the cops didn't even take a tour of the place. They're just like, yeah, send Andy off with this fucking stranger.
I'm sure where he's taking him is fine.
I'm sure it's only fine. It's just fine.
It's not good.
No.
It's on par.
Is it? I don't think it is.
No, it's fucking not. The most important thing in a psych ward is security. But we just have it so that anyone can get anywhere anytime. Weapons, right there. Grab them.
Oh yeah, for sure. You know what I love though is that they save a lot of time because they just have their scalpels already out.
That's true. You just plop the kid down. Boop. All right. Coffee break.
No need to keep those in a sterile anything.
No. Well, what are you worried about? An infection?
You send them out in the hallway. They're eating lead chips.
Exactly. Now, I know what you're thinking.
Yeah.
Nobody must have seen Andy leave the room, and that's how he managed to make it that far.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I'll tell you, the head psych guy fucking sees him and does as much work as to say, stop him.
Hey, now, I won't do it, but somebody should.
Yeah, I'll just watch.
Now, you know I got a bad knee. You better not be running.
Oh, my fucking God, dude. Pissed. Anyway, that's why. That's why it's the worst. There's more reasons.
Oh yeah, well, continuing right along off of your idea there. Yeah, that guy, he yells, "Stop him!"
Yep.
Nobody does, and then he finally comes in the surgery room and stops him himself.
Yeah.
By taking away his knife and be like, "You don't need this anymore. I'm gonna protect you with sedation."
Yeah.
Have fun with this needle that's gonna sting.
Here's the thing. At least sedation. But put it this way. That therapist is murdered by Chucky when Chucky puts the electroshock therapy helmet on him
Yes.
and presses one button.
Yes.
So that thing, and it burns him to death. Like, he bleeds out of his mouth and eyes.
His skin goes black.
That ECT machine was already set to frizzle fry. We're not giving these kids a light dusting. We're making sure that talking dolls are the least of their problems now. Boy, oh boy.
I thought the exact same thing.
Fucking best asylum ever.
It's like, I'm just judging by the way the doctor just got crispy. Like, maybe this doesn't need to be used on people.
Holy shit.
This is the 80s. Why do you still have this?
That's they still do ECT now, I think, to be quite honest with you. It's just not as aggressive.
Oh, God. Well, yeah. I'm just never going to go to any hospital ever because I'm afraid of that now.
You know, probably just keep your mouth shut around anyone dressed like an orderly just forever.
Yeah. Keep your crazy thoughts in your head or else you're going to get them zapped out.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, boy. Yeah, so you go in the hallway, and then there's just children just sitting down on the floor. Like there's nothing better to do.
Oh, because there's not. Did you see the inside of the room?
I tried not to look. It was sad.
It's a mattress and a steel bed that you can strap someone to, and like a desk, and that's it.
And they don't even have like a TV room for these kids. There's no activities.
Not visibly, anyway.
Hey, we need all this paint off the wall. Pick it off. And
it's cheaper than hiring painters. Yeah. Fuck it.
If you get hungry, it's just as good.
Glossed over real quick. Before the therapist shows up in the room and saves Andy from Chucky, Chucky's like coming at him with the scalpel. And Andy is backing away through an obstacle course of like metal objects that he trips over. They essentially just put the kid's life in danger for a scene. He trips over like 3 fucking things.
Well, maybe he should be a little more careful when running for his life.
One is like an IV bag, so there might even be like a catheter needle attached to that shit. Also, yeah, he should be running out of the room, not backing away slowly. Fuck you.
Yeah. Go around the metal things.
Actually, it happens while he's being shocked, while the fucking therapist is being shocked. But regardless, they just let that happen to that kid, man.
Yeah.
And that's also while he's trying to convince the therapist that Chucky's coming for him. That's when they make him cry by forcing him to picture the death of his own parents in real life.
Yeah, and it's really funny because like you could have just been like, "You're gonna die, kid. You're gonna die."
You could just yell in his face for like 10 seconds, and you're gonna get tears out of him.
We're gonna film you dying. Okay, bye. And then he probably would have cried, but he's like, "No."
Oh my God.
We want you to picture your parents decapitated and
floating face down.
Yep.
In one spot of the river, and then body up in another.
Yeah, and on fire. Yep, they're on fire. Now make sure you see their skin melting. There's the tears we want. Let's go.
Roll it.
Roll it. Push this kid on the floor.
Kick him in the head with an orange. Because they don't bruise. It's a Family Guy reference.
Oh boy. Yeah. Sweet Valencia oranges.
Yeah. So fucking mom and fucking detective, they get to the asylum. And
they sure
find
do.
out that he's not there.
Yeah, because this child managed to slip right out of this institution that you would assume would have some sort of lockdown procedure.
Also, what the fuck are the orderlies doing? Where's any orderly? There was already one at the desk where the keys were, so it's staffed. Nobody gave a shit enough to be like, hey, dead therapist, where's the kid he was with?
There was a dude sitting at a desk.
Yep.
with the keys.
Exactly.
And there was like 5 clipboards with names on them.
Yeah.
Where the fuck is this guy?
Where's anyone in this asylum?
Man, so this is 1988.
Yes, it is.
Okay, never mind. I was going to say, when was the Terminator 2 made? Because that's a much nicer hospital, even though everybody in there is much angrier.
It's an adult hospital. It's different.
Oh, okay. That's because adults care about adults and not children. I gotcha.
That's probably right. So where would Andy go when he's in trouble? Well, he goes home. Well, how's he going to get in? I keep a key under the mat. In filthy hobo Chicago that anybody can get in and out of my building, I have a key under the one place everybody puts keys.
There's at least 2 to 3 people who go around just like lifting up mats.
100%.
Huh? Key?
Fuck yeah.
What's this, a fake rock? No? Okay, you're safe.
Holy shit.
I was going to get in there and murder you, but...
I guess it's all good.
Well, see you later.
No worries on that one. I'll try again tomorrow. Fuck. So they choose to take the stairs instead of the elevator to get up to the apartment, which is on the top floor. And this is a nod to a movie called Running Scared with Billy Crystal and Greg Hines.
Okay.
Because they shot this in the same building.
Okay.
And that fucking movie is fantastic. It's a Julio Gonzalez is the name. He's a coke dealer and they're chasing him.
Okay.
And he makes them strip down to their long johns.
I'm going to need to see this.
Oh, it's so fucking funny.
It's actually a comedy movie, not a...
Yes, it's a buddy cop.
Okay, cool. All right, no.
Picture Beverly Hills Cop with a white sidekick. Like one of the 2 white cops he deals with is his sidekick instead.
Okay, all right.
It's fucking sick.
I'm in. I'll give it a watch if I ever catch it on Netflix.
I'm gonna derail this entire podcast briefly to quote a line from it.
Hey, you gotta.
They're trying to get into this guy's house who's got a bunch of cash in a briefcase, and he's blocking the door. And Greg Hines goes, "Here's the deal. I have this gun here. I'm gonna take the gun out, and I'm gonna shoot a lot of holes in the door. If you're standing in front of the door, what can I say? Some of those holes are gonna be in you."
I love that line.
Fucking so funny, dude.
Oh my god. I love threatening, funny lines like that.
Yeah. So we go home. Fucking Andy's at home in the dumbest fucking hiding place any child could ever hide in.
Oh, you mean the closet with the slats that you can see through?
Yeah, in Andy's bedroom. The first place anyone looking for a child would look.
Oh, yeah. The second place being under the goddamn bed.
Yeah.
So
in your room.
Yeah, in your fucking room.
Fuck's sake.
So Andy starts he's trying to gear up. He's gonna arm himself against this doll. Mm-hmm. So he starts going through his toys and he finds a child's baseball bat.
Yes. Not the best weapon. Go into the kitchen.
He takes one swing at Chucky, abandons the bat completely.
Yeah, fuck that, I guess.
I guess the bat's spent. Got one swing in this thing and we're done.
This is like a 1.5 bedroom apartment, and Chucky manages to just disappear from sight everywhere.
There's enough vents in this apartment that he's running around like a rat in a maze.
It's like fucking Alien 2, probably, when they're on the fucking...
Absolutely, yeah, just crawling through the vents.
Oh my god. They show up, and Karen is an idiot for not knowing the layout of her own house, because she can't walk into any room without tripping and falling over something.
I didn't notice that.
Subsequently being attacked by Chucky. So fucking Chucky bats this kid in the head and starts doing the transfer ritual when they show up.
Which I thought was a weird choice, because why would you put a dent in the car you're about to buy? Like, you didn't have to... Like, you could have done more damage there than what was worth, right?
You could just tie him down.
Yeah, no, let's I don't want to make him slow, but I do need him to stop moving.
Oh my god, that's funny. Holy shit.
Also on Chucky's way up, he takes the elevator.
Yeah, he does.
He takes the elevator and he meets a lovely older couple.
Mm-hmm. Whose doll is that? I don't know. You'll leave it. They'll come back for it.
Yeah.
That doll's ugly, though.
What an ugly doll.
Fuck you.
What a reaction.
How did they not hear him say that?
Oh, they probably did. And they're like, oh God. I just heard a kid swear. We got to go.
Yeah, this is more than I need.
I heard a teen say the fuck word. We got to get out of here.
So this is now Karen. The detective gets knocked the fuck out in the same way as he's just laying on the ground.
He gets taken out by a child's baseball bat.
Right away, super easy. And then Karen and Andy, instead of leaving the very small apartment, just run in a circle from the bathroom to the bedroom to the fucking living room over and over.
Yeah, see, when Andy's running away from the doll, I thought he was gonna have some sort of Home Alone setup.
Mm-hmm.
But no, he's like Home Alone raw dog with zero traps.
It's a much more realistic Home Alone.
Yeah, this is Home Alone where the child is actually being chased by a murderer.
Yeah.
And he's going to die.
That's exactly, yeah, this is Home Alone for realsies.
I don't get how when they walk him and you got Chucky there and he's speaking Haitian Creole. Creole's a program on your computer.
Creole is correct.
Yep. It's kind of sounds like a fish name. Creole.
It does.
Yeah. So he's there. He's saying those words. He's conjuring some lightning. Boot that fucking thing out the window.
Oh my god! Pick it up by its leg and throw it anywhere at all out of the apartment.
Don't even punt it. Just punt that fucking thing out the window.
Fucking, and then you could do the touchdown dance and everything.
Oh, I would expect you to.
Yeah, and it would be just fine. Also, should have burned it. Just saying.
Should have burned it the second it moved its head.
Shouldn't have brought it home.
Shouldn't have bought it from a homeless person.
You deserve everything you get when you make these decisions.
He took your $30 and also almost defiled you on a car. And then now the doll's trying to kill you. Yeah. So this is a lesson. There's a lesson in here to be learned where you
next
find
time,
it.
Just save some of your paycheck.
Yep. You should, when your kid's birthday is coming, take a note of his interests, do a little research, hit the Google.
How about be a mother?
Hey.
Just a suggestion.
Nah, I'm gonna get that thing that's likely full of dirty sharps. I bet those hobos have been putting their sharps in that doll.
I forgot they call needles sharps.
They sure do.
Oh my god, I was picturing fucking the number sign like on a sheet of music.
No. No, much dirtier, much more upsetting.
So during this fight we get that cool shining fucking callback.
Yeah.
Where she's just fucking leaning on the door. Anytime I see somebody trying to stop someone from opening a door that opens into the assailant, I think just fucking kick that shit open into him. Right away do that.
Yeah, she like pulls the door closed and puts her hand on it in a very convenient spot.
Yeah, for a knife to be.
Yeah, so now she's got a nice little crucifixion scar there.
Fuck's sake. We trap him in the fireplace. This fucking kid turns into fucking Rambo. This
is my favorite part. Is listening to Chucky struggle against the grate. He's like,
also, yeah, I forgot to fucking mention this. He gets into the building via the fireplace despite having taken the elevator up to the fucking floor.
Yeah!
What the fuck is that shit?
Yeah, he does, doesn't he?
And fuck's sake. There's no way that there's just wide open roof access. And also, how are you fitting down the tiny, and I know that it's a fucking 3-inch vent, because I know these things, to get to the fireplace.
Well, he's a doll.
He's not gonna fit into that.
He's a midget in a doll costume.
It's not like a chimney on a house where it terminates at a reasonable size.
No, I know.
They have them much smaller in buildings.
Yeah, they're a gas fireplace. There's no wood.
Good God.
That's the scene where he comes down from the chimney and then it's my favorite little bit because it's clearly a littler person in a costume.
Yep.
And they kick the grate, the fireplace grate. Now you've seen Jackass.
I have.
You ever see you know the part where Wee Man kicks himself in the head?
Yeah.
There's this little thing like it must be a thing with kneecaps where they don't bend so well when you're little.
Yeah.
Because he does like the little and then
it's just straight leg kick.
Yeah. But like you can tell it's a Halloween costume because the facial expression is the one where he's screaming, but it doesn't change.
No,
it
doesn't
not
even
change in the
screaming
slightest
anymore. Fuck's sake, they did such a bad job with this animatronic doll, dude.
And like for that scene, they had the set where everything is 30% bigger. That's the only bit.
That's
what
weird.
The fuck?
It's fucking weird. So they fucking Chucky's trapped in the thing, and fucking kid gets a match, and Chucky goes, Andy, no, we're friends to the end. And fucking Andy, like Clint Eastwood in Dirty Harry, this is the end, friend. Oh, holy fuck.
Yeah,
dude.
he does.
He just plants his dick on the table.
Just slams it down and then flicks that match in there like he just lit a cigarette.
Yeah, and it's a line of gasoline to a house he's blowing up.
Oh my God. And then you get Chucky on fire, which is hilarious in itself because
Best part of the movie.
he's like climbing over the couch and it is somebody on fire.
Yes. In the fireplace, it's a Chucky doll. And then once it's out of the fireplace and walking across the fucking living room on fire, it's just a person someone torched.
Yeah, and they're like crawling on the couch,
Yeah.
it's lighting on fire. Amazing.
So good.
It's definitely like a child-sized person that they set on fire.
That apparently though isn't enough because
Nope.
because he's still alive.
Yeah, they go to bandage up the cop who...
Yeah.
I think he got stabbed as well.
He got stabbed in the leg.
Yeah,
Which apparently incapacitates a full-grown man completely.
Well, that Achilles heel runs deep, you know? That Achilles tendon goes all the way up.
Yeah, you still don't have one working leg or anything.
Anyway.
Fucker.
So yeah, they go to get a bandage and like, hey, go get that medical kit from the kitchen next to the doll. that evil spirit doll we burned that we don't know much about.
Right. By the way, now also we know for a fact from the voodoo priest that the only way to kill it is to damage its heart.
Yeah, we did. We were told that immediately and did not do that.
Nope.
But we're good. So go
Nobody
get that
did it.
kit, you fuck. And yeah, so he goes out there and Chucky's gone,
Oh, whoops.
but he's horrifically melted.
Yeah, he's fucking disgusting.
And this is another one because he's like bearing down on Andy with a knife who's tripped over backwards for
Yeah.
some reason. I think even Chucky like grabs his ankle or something. And this is another actor in a costume holding a knife, bearing down on a child.
Yeah, it is. So fucking the cop drags his ass out into the hallway and fires several shots. Not the greatest aim on this cop.
No.
Because he hits shoulder, hits an arm off, and a leg.
I think even the mom's got a gun too, and she
It is the mom.
she blows that thing's head clean off.
Yeah.
But it's still coming because you haven't shot it in the goddamn heart.
Yeah, that's correct.
But they blew its head off, so that's that, right?
No.
And then this is where another excellent, just top-notch police officer. It's the guy's partner. He enters and he's...
This fucking retard mustache.
Hey, guys. What's up? I'm here. Take it easy. Take it easy! I just got here. Take it easy.
I have no idea the backstory as to how you're stabbed up.
Yeah.
But chill, man.
Just take it. Put the gun. What's up here? Come on. I'm a police officer.
Fucking... And the detective goes, the doll's real. Don't fucking touch it. Don't you touch that doll.
That's some good advice. And he takes that advice to heart and doesn't touch the doll at all. And
For about 10 fucking seconds.
Yeah.
And the first thing he picks up is the goddamn head.
And he doesn't pick it up. First of all, he disrespects it by slapping it around
That's true, he does
to
do
see if
that.
it moves.
Mm-hmm. And then he brings it into the fucking room. Hey guys, look. Head. There's no way this doll's alive. I know I just showed up 30 seconds ago and have no idea what's happened.
This is the thing that's causing you all this trouble?
This old thing? Weird. And then, I guess because they're in close proximity to each other, because the body is in the room, that was not another one of those instances of doll gets shot, flies 10 feet backward.
Love it.
Fucking so funny every time. The body gets up and starts strangling this guy.
It pops out of the vent.
Yes, it does.
Right by his neck,
That's
conveniently.
true. Yeah, perfect.
And he's like, yeah, get him, strangle him. The head's just screaming, get him, get him.
Well, the head's not screaming, Matt, because at no point in the scene do the lips move.
There's a disembodied voice.
Yeah. It's the ghost of Charles Lee Ray. He's just in the room, like Casper.
Good. Get him. Strangle him good with those tiny fucking hands.
Yeah, that you can't do anything with. Certainly not strangle.
Bear hug his neck with all of the strength of a stuffed doll.
So, inevitably, the guy gets it off. Mm-hmm. And that's when we finally get our heart shot.
Finally. After, I think it shoots him in the ankle and he goes 12 feet back.
Fucking beautiful. And then we all get up and leave the room without destroy the remains.
No, they shot it in the heart. That's all the voodoo priest said.
There are 15 sequels to this movie.
This is such an American thing. Like, job's done.
Yeah, I'm good.
Looks like it's done. We're out of here.
It's not moving.
Somebody else will clean this shit up.
This is how fucking people get bit by possums all the time. It's like, I punched it in the head and it's not moving. It must be dead now. I'll pick it up and take it out of my house.
Fucking, and you know, possums in the house. That's the worst.
Yeah, it is. Gross. So the end shot here is Andy looking back over his shoulder at this doll like he's going to fuck it later.
A little bit. It does do a freeze frame and a fade to black.
Yeah.
At first, I was like, "Is this digital copy of the movie? Is it busted? Why is it? Why is the image still?" And then it faded to black. I'm like, "Oh,
Remember the 80s?
It's the 80s.
It is.
This movie, honestly, it should have ended with that doll just like mustering a bird.
I literally wrote down, I'm going to read it verbatim, missed a perfect opportunity to have that doll's left hand give everyone the finger.
I wrote down, was really hoping for the middle finger from the doll as it died.
Because, yeah, once it gets shot, it fucking crumples super slowly, and that hand is the last thing to go down.
Yeah, and all it had to do
Why
was
couldn't you? It's even moving a finger. It's just not the middle one. You guys are fucked. A whole movie and you didn't do that.
Yeah, you had every bit of the reasoning to just have him flip the bird. He just was blown to pieces.
Yeah.
His final fuck you.
He was basically killed like 4 times.
Look, if you're going to have an evil thing
and
it has a middle finger.
And you already have given it a bad attitude.
That finger needs to be up.
Yeah,
it
does.
It needs to be blazing.
It needs to be up almost all the time.
It needs to be just hard as a rock, in your face, middle finger.
Yeah. And that's the movie, though.
Yeah.
That's the whole movie. It ends on a disappointing note.
It ends on the note that all the movies in the 80s end on, where the cops finally show up.
The cops show up, and here's the thing, right? That line between the cop and his fucking buddy there, where he's like, "Do you believe me now?" And he goes, "Yeah, but who's going to believe me?" No one. What could you possibly say to explain this away when you're writing your report? Inevitably, either you tell the truth or you let an attempted police murderer escape. Because if it's not the doll, who is it?
Yeah, honestly.
So like either you tell the truth and you go to the same asylum they put Andy in, or you waste a lot of police time and effort during an investigation that you already have solved.
You're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't.
Yeah, that's rock in a hard place.
Oh my God. I thought it was really weird that, like, the gun, they just kept shooting the gun in the apartment and screaming and shooting the gun.
Yeah.
And screaming.
We're in Chicago.
Shooting the gun.
It's in Chicago.
All right, good point. I was gonna
this
say
happens probably in this apartment thrice nightly.
How many gunshots are we gonna hear before we call the police? You know?
Well, I'll tell you right now, the murder rate in Chicago, I think right now is I think it's like 10 a week.
Hey.
So, or those are at least gunshot reports. There's probably way more.
That's better than 15.
That's true.
Oh, good Lord. Well,
Child's Play.
Happy Halloween.
What'd you rate Child's Play?
What do I rate Child's Play?
Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna give it a 7.
That's so high. I gave it a 5.5.
Damn,
because it's just all doll, and I hate everything else, dude.
That's the thing. I liked the doll's attitude. I liked the cussing.
Yeah. Calling a poor mom a slut right in her face.
I mean, it just made me laugh.
Yeah.
I mean, what? Total of 3 people died in the movie.
Yeah, I guess.
Not really.
That's a low number too.
Yeah, pretty low number. It would have had a higher number if it would have been more gory.
That's true.
But we got a cussing doll, so I'd give it
all right,
6.5.
All right.
You know what? I'm being a little generous.
Yeah.
Cutting it back to 6.5.
6.5 is more reasonable. I'm sticking with my 5.5.
5.5.
I don't like. There's so many 80s movies that should have ended like 10 minutes before they do.
There are a lot of them.
This one, like, you could have just had him die in the fucking fire or on the floor after crawling over the couch. Fine, stomp on his chest.
But then you don't get that extra bit of, oh, shit. Because you're like, oh, I feel so safe and warm and fuzzy.
He's all melted plastic. What's he even going to accomplish?
He's going to strangle a cop.
For like 10 seconds. You don't even put his back into it.
Which is
all he had left on his body.
He's also going to cuss.
That's true. It's always sick when you spend 2 hours talking about something and then the program fucking crashes.
It is. It's really. But you gotta love that that save crash thing where it saves you. Well, I gotta have a sip of this.
The most disrespectful sip ever. We just spent 10 minutes staring at this thing, praying to God that our lives weren't over.
Yeah, I was really deciding what kind of day I was gonna have. Whether I was gonna maybe punch a wall and bust a knuckle, or if
Yeah.
I was going to enjoy my day. I wouldn't punch a wall. That's a very Kyle behavior, but something along those lines that I would do. I don't know.
Fuck,
Pee my
man.
pants.
Yeah. Oh, I'd piss. I'll pee on your cat out of spite.
Well, we both had a hate-filled anger piss.
That's true. We did. Didn't cross the streams though. We both seen Ghostbusters.
Oh yeah, for sure. This we did this separately. This was not a let's go together kind of deal. So as I was saying, this is our Halloween episode.
Special episode.
Special hot drop for you. Catch it in your mouth.
Ooh.
So well, I
You
don't
can
know.
also catch hot drops of coffee in your mouth at darkrosecult.com.
That's true. You can do that. And if you got a movie suggestion, because I feel like this was a fun thing to do.
Yeah.
We could do another bonus episode sometime. We have a list of about 100 or so movies. So this one we just randomly chose from that list using a
generator or whatever. The random number, the dice roller.
Yeah. So hit us up with your movies. We'll add them to the list for the next one, and we'll have some fun. We'll randomly choose your suggestions.
Yeah, man.
Get
stoked to be part of the process.
And have a happy Halloween.
Yes. Again. Ooh. The scariest fucking thing ever possible just happened, so that's appropriate.
Yeah. You know what? If I was gonna crap my pants this Halloween, I'm not stoked that we almost lost the podcast over it, but the adrenaline rush
It was better than fucking haunted house.
Oh, hell yeah. All right, well, thanks for listening to the podcast. Do you got anything you want to end it with?
Pumpkins.